1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
I think he'll be tan. Although really is, well, I don't get too much into his business, but is he, I don't know how much sunny. I assume he's going to be out and sunny. But on vacation with his family, good for him. I'm actually trying to sign in as me instead of Matt George into the YouTube chat today.
It was great seeing Matt George say to the YouTube chatters, "You guys are a bunch of tools."
Yeah, I know, right? Come on, Matt. Jeez. Have some respect. RESPECK, Matt. It's always a nightmare to try to sign in. Here's my password. Okay, now we need to get verified. Send me a text. This is legitimately what I just did. I entered my password. It was accepted. Then they had to send a code to my phone, which, no problem. I'm fine with that. I'm used to that by now. Entered in the code. Then they have to send an email with a code to my email, which I just entered. And now I'm waiting for it to populate to see if it worked. All right, got a lot to get to. Got a lot to get to this morning. We always talk about these shows when there'd be a parental whatever, and a very special edition of Silver Spoons. So I already signed in, you stupid ding. Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on. Carmichael Dave, and okay, I think that actually might have worked. All right, so I told you were going to have fun with this today too, Chris, and it's actually you've already been incredibly hilarious, but you didn't realize it yet. So you may remember when I got back from vacation, I said I had a little episode when I was on vacation, and I had to go to the doc, and I was dehydrated and exhausted, and all this stuff they told me, and they put me on an IV. And anyways, part of the fallout of that is they had me wear this little patch on my chest, and they, shaved half my chest, that whole thing. We've told those stories since I got back, and I had to wear it for exactly 2 weeks and then mail it off. And I wasn't entirely clear because I was at a hospital in Fort Bragg.
Great place.
And I was like, well, how is this going to get to my doctor? And then I guess that all just happens, and trust that it'll happen, that they'll get the readout. It'll go to my doctor. My doctor will read it and be like, hey, you're good. Hey, you're not, whatever. But I knew something was up when it was either this last Saturday or Sunday. I got a text from CVS, the pharmacy. It said, hey, you have a new prescription. Now I have like a heartburn medication. I have a migraine medication. I'm like waiving all my HIPAA rights, by the way, here. Just sharing. So I didn't look. Usually there's like a 3-letter code for whatever your thing is, your prescription. I didn't look at the code. So then Sunday I went to, because that's usually if I need to fill a prescription, I'll go to CVS, do the drive-through thing, whatever. And I noticed that this one, like for my heartburn medication, that's pantoprazole, which is PAN. For my, they put me on this little, about 6 months ago, they put me on this little tiny bit of
Provasic?
They faked the samples, dude. Switch the samples. Blood pressure, hey, your blood pressure's a little bit high. I just want to give you this thing. I'm kind of anti-pill, but that kind of stuff, I'm not going to fight it. So that's, what's that called? Losartan. So that would be LOS. Then I noticed this one was different because it was MET. I don't know what the hell MET is. Like Metropolitans, New York Mets. So I go and I pick it up. And then I call yesterday, because it's Monday, I call my doc's office, and I'm talking to the person, the nurse or whatever. And I say, hey, I got this prescription. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's for. I don't know if can I take it with my other stuff. I assume I can because she prescribed it. But just want to make sure. I just want to know what I'm taking. She's like, oh, have you looked at your MyChart, which is the app for UC Davis? medical, which is my group. I said, oh, no, I haven't, which I guess I should have, but I didn't get a notification to look into my chart. So she goes, all right, well, let's read it together. I go, okay. She goes, all right, well, your results.
Start with paragraph 1.
Pretty much. It was a rather usually it's just like assigned this, that, and sent this over, and there's a referral to the thing. No, this was like, Dear Dave. It was a whole thing. So she said, I had a chance to review your Zio patch, whatever that thing was called, result, which was done recently. Zio patch result showed symptomatic, I'm going to mispronounce all this, symptomatic paroxysmal atrial fibrillation, symptomatic episode of junctional rhythm, Wenckebach, followed by junction within, symptomatic premature atrial complex, and premature ventricular complex. I don't know. Okay.
Sounds like you got BFib.
I got
which Kareem Abdul-Jabbar talks about on the station a lot.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. There's an endorsement. I have sent you to cardiology as an urgent referral, and right. And I am sending you medicine to control your heart rhythm. Metoprolol tartrate, 25 milligrams twice daily. All right, I'm on the way home I'm on the way home from work, yesterday's show, talking on speaker, by the way, being safe. Well, and so she's talking to me, and I go, look, I'm just going to be straight with you. Like, part of this is, like, controlling my heart rate. I'm not going to lie. I'm having massive anxiety right now. Like, I don't know what any of this means. So am I about to have a heart attack and die? What's going on? Am I, like, urgent referral to cardiology? And she's like, okay, no, you're right.
Urgent referral just means we can get you in less than 6 months.
Well, she was actually really cool, because a lot of times, you're afraid that, like, they're like, there's so many rules and regulations, which I get, like, there's malpractice lawsuits everywhere and all that they're like, well, we can't talk about you have to talk to the she was so cool. She's like, I get it, let's talk about this, like, no problem. There's this and this. Now, first off, if you were in, like, imminent danger, they would say, go in right now. Obviously, because it's they just want to get you in to get you checked, and sometimes these monitors show things that aren't there, but obviously it's concerned her enough to do this. But you're not in, like, this, I can never say, one can never say. She was very careful about that. She's like, you never know, but we don't feel like, it's not super urgent. We just want to get you in there as soon as possible. And she's like, I'm like, okay, well, what are all these things? There's like 17 things you just listed that my heart is doing. Now, I've already had my heart will go bloop, bloop, bloop every once in a while. Huh? Yeah, Titanic style. And I've explained on the show before, like, I've had the run on the treadmill, put the stuff on.
Stress test.
Yeah, all that stuff. And they're just like, no, you have the good ones. Like, they're not, the ones you're having are not issues. I'm like, okay.
It's just kind of fun.
Just
really. Like, hey, we're here.
And knock on wood, even when I had my crazy heart rhythm episode in Fort Bragg, I've never had pain. I've never had shortness of breath. I mean, I have when I'm running, but I've never had, dizziness, anything like that. It's always just felt, I mean, what I always say is it's like a bunch of little rabbits are jumping around in my chest. That it's awkward. It's not pain, has not been painful as of yet. So I say, well, I'd just like to come in anyways and sit and talk with her about all this at length. And she goes, well, yeah, we can get you in tomorrow, meeting today at 2 p.m. It's like, oh, okay, cool, great. Usually it takes forever. Awesome, no problem. So I have that at 2, and I said, what about the cardio thing? She goes, well, that you should hear the next day or two. They just set everything up behind the scenes, then they'll call you, give you your appointment, then you go in. They'll just do all this stuff. Okay. Now, for anyone who ever goes down any of these roads, the first thing you shouldn't do after hearing this, by now I've arrived home, and I don't know why, dude. I don't know why I felt the need to hang up the phone with my doc and immediately Google John Ritter and how he passed away. I'm just being honest, dude. It's what I did. Like, did he have any of this stuff? Because
my God.
Right? The way he passed away is like one of the scariest ways I've ever, like, basically his heart exploded in his chest, and it was incredibly painful, according to, like, I remember reading about how he died, and I was a huge John Ritter fan. Three's Company and Dating My Dog. Yeah, all that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, just like one of those guys that nobody had. He was like the Jason Ross of acting. Like, nobody ever said anything bad about John Ritter. So that was a bad idea. Anyways, I got done with that, and now I'm like, okay, the nurse made me feel better, but I'm going to the backup now, which I don't often do.
Uh-oh.
I call my mother. Now, my mother's was a registered nurse for 40 years. She's not a doctor, registered nurse, pretty much knows everything. So I go through, I'm like, Ma, I got this thing, what is it? So I start reading all this stuff, right? I'm like, okay, the atrial fibrillation. She's like, yeah, you've had that. Okay, yeah, what's that? Oh, well, that's just it. Wanking back followed by, nope, okay, yeah, that's from doctor name, blah, blah, blah. Symptom. I get to the premature ventricular complex at the end, and she goes, oh, really? Say that again. And she goes, well, that's not good. But now I can't stress enough. I know some people, they have moms that are super dramatic. My mom is like the one where when I was in soccer and I was 11 years old, I've told this story. I was playing goalie. I went to slide for a 50-50 ball, won it, saved the goal. Thank you, hero. But my leg hurt, and I remember at halftime, I went over to my mom. She kind of did some stuff, checked me. She's like, yeah, you're fine. I played the second half. Still was hurting. The game was on a Saturday. We go into the docks Monday. I broke my tibia. I had a broken leg, and Mom sent me back into the game, which, by the way, my dad was coaching.
Former registered nurse?
Yeah, right. I guess what I'm trying to say is that my mom has always been very like, no, you're fine. Like, here's the deal. You're good. When my mom goes, uh-oh, well, or she goes, well, that's not good. I go, well, what do you mean that's not good? Well, do explain. She's like, well, no, honey, it's, this and this and that, but that's the one you don't want because that means, and she goes into the whole thing, right? So I'm like, all right, dude, like, what is going on here? Like, obviously in a perfect world, I go into the cardiology thing, do all the tests, and they're like, yeah, so.
Hey, actually, we got you mixed up with another patient. Your heart is 100% perfect.
That would be the perfect world, actually. And it sucks, too, because at the hospital, they did all these x-rays and blood tests and all that. Everything was great. They did a chest x-ray. They took my blood, did all these panels. Everything was great. They were like, dude, your panels are perfect. You're always. Anyway. So obviously, I would love to go in there like, oh, no, it's just a little elevated, so we put you on the stuff, and you need to do this, and maybe lose a pound or two. You'll be fine. That's what I'm hoping for. So then I send the thing I just read. This is the last thing I do. I send it to a good friend of mine who is fairly entrenched in the medical community. He asked me a few questions, and then he eventually sends it to his buddy who is a cardiologist. And he said to me, I won't read the whole thing because I don't want to blow anyone up here, but basically he says, I sent this to my friend, said, keep doing what you're doing, and then try to go get an ablation procedure done. Do you know what that is?
No.
A heart ablation. Okay. That's because my dad had one a few months ago. A heart ablation is basically where they stick like a wire through one of your veins or arteries or some crap while you're lying on your back or your side or whatever looking at a screen. They send it through till it gets to where your heart is. No, dude. It gets better, right? Then they like shock your heart while you're awake and watching until they like take care of any arrhythmias and put you on a good track. You know what I don't want to do? Anything like that, because I don't even know how they would have to either knock me out or give me some goofy juice, because I would be so anxious watching that. And then imagine feeling, I don't even know what it feels like to have your heart shocked, dude. I don't want to know what it feels like.
Remember the Oreo shot?
Yeah. Might be like that. Might be worse. Might be better. So anyways, dude, I had one of them come to Jesus or whoever you subscribe to moments yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I've hit it. Because anybody who knows me, of which there aren't a ton of people, but I'm talking about around here. Like, here's the bottom line, dude. There are things where you hear about medical issues, like you're like, oh, you know, my friend's husband was only 41 and had a brain aneurysm, or the kid got the cancer, or there's like true tragedies. This is not one of them, because this is all my fault. I've brought this on myself, and I'm very much accepting of it. First off, don't exercise enough. Okay. Am I obese? No, I am not. But I am fatter than I should be, and I should be working out, and I don't, because I'm lazy and I'm playing Mario Odyssey right now on the Switch, and I like it.
Oh, that's a complete disgusting game that is trying to overrun Western civilization.
Mario Odyssey? Oh,
yeah.
No, that's the Odyssey.
Oh.
Yeah. Rusty, this is why I don't share. Rusty in the chat. Hey, stop complaining. I've had 8 heart ablations and 23 cardio versions, and I'm still standing. Dude, I'm not worried about like dying from it. I just don't want to do it. Am I complaining?
You don't want something in your heart while you're awake looking at it.
Oh, sorry. Stop complaining, wuss. So I got it. Secondly, dude, now that I've mastered the art of my pizza oven, we've now had pizza 3 nights out of the last 7. I need to slow down on that.
This is like a Greek tragedy.
Really? And once I master it.
The years that it took.
And dude, let me tell you, the ones I made the other night, they were so great. It was like pizzeria pizza. I made like these supreme pizzas, had like onions and peppers and sausage.
Didn't even get a chance to get the Mountain Mike pepperoni.
No. So I got to slow that down. Now look, I can already hear all the health experts out there are like, dude, you have to live. Like, this is not, no, I'm not going to like eat eggs and granola and you know, almond milk.
Do not eat granola right now.
Yeah, I'm not eating any of that. All right, should I say I'm not, you know, look, but the big one is, and it's something that I have, now again, the people around me know, but I have been very not public about it. I think if you listen hard enough, you could probably pick it up. But I got to be transparent about it, dude. I have to quit smoking. And I have hidden that for a while now. Not at work. Everybody here knows. I think I'm the only guy in the building that does. I honestly think I am.
There's a couple.
Is there?
Yeah.
And let me tell you
they're
something.
In the afternoon.
I quit briefly after the Kings stayed. Then I started again.
Then the Kings season started.
Exactly. I quit again about 5 years ago for 8 months on a bet with a number of my friends. I made it 8 months. I don't casually smoke. I am committed. I am very good at it.
You stepped up to the pros.
I stepped up. One of the problems of traveling so much, honestly, is that when you travel internationally, they have these duty-free areas where you can go in and buy things at a discount. Now, most of them aren't really at a discount. Perfumes, liquor, honestly, they're not. One thing that is at a discount, though, I would say probably by far the biggest one are tobacco products. For example, a carton of Marlboro Ultralights at the store down the street nowadays costs about $135. Yes, you heard me right. $110 to $135, depending.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
It's insane. I can get 4 cartons at a duty-free store for a grand total of $200. That's $50 a carton.
And you know what the really bad thing is?
Smoking.
Besides that.
What?
Well, now that you know that you got to stop.
Yeah.
You can have an 18-year-old go with you and get the same price.
Dude.
But now you're not going to do that.
I have smoked on and off since I was 15 years old, 16 years old. It is an absolutely filthy, disgusting drug addiction. I refuse to call it a habit. I guess you could say somebody has a cocaine or heroin habit, but I prefer to say addiction because it is. It is a terrible, disgusting, smelly, horrific addiction. And it is such a part of my life, dude. Wake up, coffee, write the show, finish the show, smoking. I'm on level like 14,300 of Royal Match, which I deleted off my phone yesterday. Smoking. Get on the phone in the morning, in the midday, in the afternoon. I'm on my phone last week. I'm generally on my phone or looking at my phone, the little report that comes up, 8 to 9 hours a day. Now, some of that is, of course, I'm playing the game or it's just on. But even if it was 6 hours a day, that's insane. And I'm pacing and I'm smoking. Breaks here, go outside, smoke. So I'm trying to approach it a little differently this time because now it's just straight up like, dude, this is all the warning signs. You're getting all the warning signs. By the way, you already knew this was bad for you anyways. People don't just stand around campfires and take deep breaths and go, oh, it's fine. Like, this is already horrible for you. Now it's starting to come to fruition. And the truth of the matter is, by the way, not that I'm allowing for this thought, but it's just a fact. A lot of things might be too late. There's already damage done, right? That hopefully I can undo or put aside. But the other problem is, and this isn't his fault, but my dad was a smoker. And I'm not one of those, it's my dad's fault. It's not. My dad did everything he could emotionally and, dare I say, occasionally physically, to prevent me from smoking.
He looks so cool.
Dude, honestly. And my dad is 82 years old, and he smoked, god dang, dude, for 60 years. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'm going public with it. I'm gonna lay it out. I'm just gonna deal with the shame and the being made fun of. Because I'm sure there are other people in this maybe not the exact situation, but they're in the situation. However, I have no excuses, dude. My entire garage is a gym. I have great equipment there. I have enough money to be able to buy the types of foods. This is a health issue of privilege. I have insurance. I have access to medical care. There's no excuses, man. I have zero excuses other than laziness, lack of discipline, and being haunted by the thing I think a lot of guys deal with, which is I'm still 22 years old and I am, invincible. I am 63 years old. So I have this bag today I brought. Oh, hey, Chris, you want to try my pickle?
Try your pickle.
Yeah, brought a jar of pickle.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what'd you think? These are for Kelsey downstairs, but you're more than welcome. I brought some salt-free pistachios. I brought some beef jerky. I brought these wintergreen mints. And I brought some lollipops just to give me some stuff to suck on. I'm trying something different I've never tried before with quitting because I smoke so much. It says I can't take any of the nick of this, nick of that, gummy, patchy, whatever right now because of the heart thing. So everything I read said if you don't try to go cold turkey. So now I'm writing down every time I do. And I'm trying to go from 30 to 40 a day to the goal right now today is 1 per hour. I get 1 an hour. I get 1 an hour, then I got to write it in. And the truth of the matter is by now, I've been up since 3:30. Normally I would have been 10 in, dude. That's how that's just chain smoking and writing the show. So I got to handle it, man. And for those of you out there,
I'm going to get a letter at some point, You either leave.
Look, I don't think this is going to happen. If I'm irritable over the next couple of weeks, I apologize in advance. I don't think I'll be. Right now, I'm kind of excited. Like, this is the first day of the rest of your life type of crap. That will probably go away. Anyways, we got a break. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body, would you? But you know what? Screw it. I'm looking forward to the show I'm going to do a couple years from now where I'm doing like before and after photos. Like, I've been smoke-free for 2 years. Everything's been lowered down. But I'm in a health issue right now, and I think it's still gettable. So forgive me. I am but as weak as whatever that saying is, and it is what it is. I want to be accountable and transparent because in those weak moments, hopefully this will help a little bit. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, that Ballmer investigation, or should I say the Clipper investigation, kind of broke yesterday. We talked about it in Crosstalk. We'll fill you in on what's going on there and what we think is happening. Also, man, this is a great time. If you hate LA like I do and most of you do, this is a hell of a time for LA sports because there might be a whole domino effect crashing down.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
This whole thing is driving towards a massive, massive calamity. And maybe while they're driving, they could drive it around in a Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. They're right up there in Woodland. It's to make this the summer sales event. It's the place, Hoblet, the place. The place to find the best prices on the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram that you need. Right now, save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 crew cabs. Hey, it's not just the savings, though. Right now, you also get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. That's pretty good. 10 years, 100,000. I don't know that I've ever had a car for 10 years. Literally in my entire life. I honestly don't. That's a heck of a warranty, ladies and gentlemen. That's the difference between big city auto mall guys and the small town family-owned experience at Hoblet. When you come to Hoblet, you experience what 77 years of family-owned, award-winning customer service looks like. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices. Hey, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. Let's get a little bit into the Steve Ballmer thing, Debs.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Ballmer!
That is, we've actually obtained audio from the negotiations with the Bomber attorneys. That's a very famous clip of Steve Ballmer coming on a stage at a Microsoft convention thing, whatever. And Microsoft conventions were also responsible for the, I don't know if it was the same one or not, but there's one where Bill Gates is trying to dance, and it's just
awful.
Look, we've seen the caucasity of dancing before, especially in nerd realm. That one, it honestly looked like Bill was doing a bit. Like, let me absolutely make every stereotype about white people not being able to dance come true instantly. I love that Bomber clip. I would make an argument, though, it's not the best Bomber clip ever. Here he is sitting down for an interview not that long ago, and they were talking about a new product from a competitor.
Steve, let me ask you about the iPhone and the Zune, if I may. The Zune was getting some traction, then Steve Jobs goes to Macworld, and he pulls out this iPhone. What was your first reaction when you saw that?
$500 fully subsidized with a plan? I said, that is the most expensive phone in the world, and it doesn't appeal to business customers because it doesn't have a keyboard, which makes it not a very good email machine. Now, it may sell very well or not. We have our strategy. We've got great Windows mobile devices in the market today. You can get a Motorola Q phone now for $99. It's a very capable machine. It'll do music. It'll do internet. It'll do email. It'll do instant messaging. So I kind of look at that and I say, well, I like our strategy. I like it a lot.
How do you compete with that, though? He sucked out a lot of the spotlight in the last few weeks because of what happened at Macworld, not only with the iPhone, but with the new iPod. I mean, how do you compete with that, with the Zune?
Right now, well, let's take phones first.
Okay.
Right now, we're selling millions and millions and millions of phones a year.
Yeah.
Apple is selling 0 phones a year. Yeah. In 6 months, they'll have the most expensive phone by far ever in the marketplace. And let's see, what's the expression? Let's see how the competition goes.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me help you. Does anyone even remember the Microsoft Zune? I mean, honestly, ask yourselves. Yeah, I'll bet you remember the name, but had I asked you before hearing that clip, which I think, wasn't it like their iPod or something?
Yeah, I want to think so. I want to think it was like, it almost looked like a Nano. Because I think I had a friend that had
yeah. God dang, man. Remember? I won't go down that road, but yeah.
That was. Wait, what do you mean you put songs on it?
How do you. Wait, you put songs? Like, just the whole idea of like, okay, so I download these songs.
What do you mean download them?
Legally or illegally. I very specifically remember downloading music. And I remember my buddy, this will always stick with me. My buddy had a connection. And it was like we would always look for like the record. And he got up to like, not to get too nerdy here, but he got up to like 500 megabytes. And we were like, what? Dude, you can download a song in under 5 minutes. Like, legitimately, these words came out of our mouth. You can download a song in under 5 minutes. Just to give you an idea, 500 megabytes, 1,000 megabytes is a gigabyte. And most of you have like 10, 20, 30 gig. Like, it's not even close. It's so unbelievably slow. I would have these pages of songs, maybe a movie in here and there, set to download before I'd go to bed, hoping that half of them would be downloaded by the time I woke up. Open up my VLC player or whatever I had, load that onto my iPod. Coolest thing in the world. Also, by the way, I thought you always assume you're downloading songs and movies, but sometimes you were downloading much more than that. Then again, Steve Ballmer, one of the richest guys in the world, who are we to make fun of him? Hey, he was wrong about the Zune, whammy. But now we're starting, we think, to get to the end of the investigation.
Maybe.
Right. On the Clippers. And did they or did they not circumvent the salary cap? Pablo Torre blew the lid off of this one. We've talked about this at length. Did the Clippers do something wrong? Almost certainly. And by the way, like this is just what it looks like. Kawhi's Uncle Dennis, which has acted as his representative forever, just sounds like the dirtiest dude in the world, man. I don't mean dirty like drug smuggling and guns and stuff. I'm just talking about in sport. There's always been this thing about Uncle Dennis. But what we've talked about before, we talked about this last week, is there's all the underbelly of all of this stuff, some of which we've talked about for years, and we're going to get into this a little bit today. The obsession I have with reporting and how it works with Woj, how it works with Shams and others right now, and the give and take, the quid pro quo that happens. There's also the stuff we talked about when it comes to these players being paid and circumventing the salary cap and what does and does not constitute circumventing the salary cap. If a player uses the owner's plane to go visit a family member for graduation or a medical issue, is that circumventing the salary cap? By the letter of the law, it is. Happens all the time. All the time. Well, what about getting free goods? I'm not talking about food and hotel rooms. I'm talking about, what about free goods? What about everybody even the small stuff? Everybody gets a PlayStation 5 and a little case to take on the road. Well, I mean, come on, that's under $1,000. These guys are making millions of dollars. Cool, but where does it stop? What about shoe companies giving millions and millions of dollars of bonuses to players based on what market they play in? Which gives an advantage to the New York Phillies and LAs of the world as opposed to the Sacramentos and the Portlands and the Memphises. What about...
What aboutism?
What aboutism right here? I mean, there's 90 different things that we can bring up where you go, and most of which people just either don't know about or they don't think about it. We talked about before, players investing in outside companies with members of ownership. Well, what are you talking about? They're just investing in companies. Yeah, but are they being opened up to information you or I would not have? In other words, is it more attractive to go to Golden State in the middle of, Silicon Valley and all that stuff, where there's every other thing is an AI startup, than to go play and I'll use Memphis again? What about when we're talking about salary cap circumvention? Okay, you actually make more money by playing in Texas or Florida or soon to be Nevada in Las Vegas than you do here. A $100 million contract in Texas and Florida is not a $100 million contract in California. How is that equitable? And who are we to decide? For example, this whole thing blew up because allegedly, as we go to break here, Kawhi Leonard signed a deal with Aspiration to plant trees or whatever the hell and never showed up. Now, hold on a second. Is any of this an issue if Kawhi Leonard shows up for a day and plants and literally like flicks a tree seed like a booger into a little hole of dirt, pours some water and goes, and then gets in a limo and walks and rides away. And he gets $30 million for that. Well, hold on a second. This goes back to Brewster's Millions and the whole concept of buying whatever. Who's to say that Kawhi Leonard's not worth $30 million for a day to plant a tree? Is there a committee, for example? And again, I know we'll break here, but I own a basketball team. Chris, you're the best basketball player in the world. I want to sign you as a free agent. I sign you to a max deal. But also, I've got a buddy who's got a company, and I'm a part owner in it. And that company wants to hire you to do a commercial for them. Come on down to Fred's Furniture. And Chris, you go down and you do a 60-second TV commercial to Fred's Furniture. You spend maybe 2 hours down there, and I pay you $100 million. Well, who's to say I'm overpaying you? Who's to say that's salary cap circumvention? So I don't feel bad for the NBA because this has been a long-running, terribly kept secret for a very long time.
And the person bringing it down is the guy that didn't want to do the absolute bare minimum.
Yeah. Also, and an owner that happens to be the richest owner in sports. It's not like this dude's hurting for money. There's a deep layered issue here, and coming up later in the show, we'll get into some audio from Pablo Torre. We'll let you know, like we did during Crosscheck yesterday, how this is all going to work out, et cetera, et cetera. We will take a break. When we come back, let's move from the Clippers, go cross town, and go check out the Los Angeles Lakers.
Dave loves L.A. Dave loves it.
And if you aren't an L.A. fan, this is a great time, or could be a great time for you. We'll tell you why the Lakers' sale is in peril and why this could affect yet another Los Angeles team outside the Lakers. We'll do that next.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy-to-set-up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com.
Price guarantee on talk, text, and 5G data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Oh, the things we talk about off air. You know, the bad news is yesterday, everybody, bad hosting by me. We had A's tickets and was not able to, we didn't, and by we, I mean I, did not give them away yesterday.
Jason is the one that usually keeps that all together.
Yes, he is. And when he's away, something will play. I don't know. Well, that means the good news is that means we have 2 pair of tickets to give away. So we'll do one of the 7 and one of the 8, I think. Also, by the way, got a phone call from old Rich Wagon, our PD, yesterday. Did you have a conversation with him about the show and our numbers and all that? Once again, everybody, thank you. We got our July numbers in. And
did you have the same reaction as me?
Like, how the hell did that happen? Yeah, no, dude, honestly, I was on the phone with him. I was like, how does that even happen? What?
Because we've talked about it's just such a tough time of year.
And now, look, we went down to, well, by we, I mean, by the way, don't think part of my thinking wasn't, I was on vacation for almost 2 of those weeks. So congratulations to Jason and Chris. But honestly, I think we, that did include Vegas Summer League, so that was cool, and thanks to everybody who put that together, especially Richie. I honestly think that may be a record for this station for July. July and August are the worst months. It's always like the bosses never say like, we're not going to pay attention to it, do what you want, but there's always that underlying thing. It's like, just do your best and have fun, and good Lord willing, help the ball club. Thanks, everybody. I know I just did that whole thing last week, but he called yesterday and gave me the whole breakdown. And normally I'm not incredibly into that, but yeah, that was nice. So thank you, everybody, for all of your support, and feel good, man. Feel good about that. You should. Who shouldn't? Oh, this is funny. I accidentally had my I've had my microphone on my phone because I was looking for some of my research yesterday. It's just recorded everything I just talked about. The Lakers. This is getting really, really, really interesting. And this developed yesterday. Now, the idea is the Lakers were bought by Mark Walter, the businessman, who's under investigation for, bad business thingies.
Good at business.
Well, maybe not. Well, I guess he is, but not having a good time right now. And then it was announced that he was selling, after buying the Lakers less than a year ago, he's now selling the Lakers for more than $2.5 billion in profit.
Cash grab!
To Bob Iger, who used to run Disney, and Josh Kushner, the brother of Jared Kushner. Well, then it came out that the Buss family was also going to sell their shares, like, oh wow, they're getting out of this whole thing. And you got to remember, the Buss family they are the Lakers. They have a 17.8% share of the Lakers. There's a very specific amount there that allows Jeannie or somebody from the family to be the governor of the Lakers. And the idea was when Iger and Kushner bought the club that Jeannie Buss, it was thought, was still going to be the team governor and the face of ownership, or one of them at least.
And Dr. Buss's whole thing has been to keep the Lakers in the family.
That's it from day one. Keep it in the family. Don't ever let it go. Well, this is, if you've ever seen the show Succession, this is like sports Succession. You know, Dr. Buss is no longer with us. He's been gone for a while now. And the Buss siblings, they just can't get along. So Shams Charania reported yesterday that the Busses voted to sell the remaining shares to Kushner and Iger at the same $12.5 billion valuation they sold to Mark Walter, the current owner, yesterday. Jeannie Buss, through her lawyer Adam Streisand, of which out of this entire story, I spent way too much time wondering if he's related to Barbara, because you just don't see the last name Streisand that much. Adam Streisand is contending that a court ruled 9 years ago that no sale could happen without the approval of all the kiddos. In other words, if Jeannie says no, that's it. So if the transaction goes through, even if they split all of the percentages up, let's say, she won't have the needed ownership percentage to remain governor. And she's had that agreement with Walter. Bob Iger told the paper that he intended to honor that agreement, but he said if something changes, it changes. Well, this could be it. Well, this is very interesting for a number of reasons, but it goes beyond the whole, it's just dramatic. Because here's what's now on the table, or maybe not. We don't know. Mark Walter owns the Lakers. Mark Walter owns a bunch of other businesses. He is under investigation. Now, the thought was he's selling this at this time, $12.5 billion. He's going to get some liquid out of that, including a $2.5 billion profit. And he's going to turn around now, and there's going to be fines and different things that he has to take care of, debts he has to pay back, that he's made deals to do so. But here's the problem now, all of a sudden, possibly. If this goes to court, that could very well hold up the entire sale. I'm still not clear as to why Walter couldn't just, why Kushner and Iger couldn't just buy the original shares they were going to buy without the Buss family and leave that to the side. But apparently it could hold up the whole thing. If it holds up the whole thing, well, now all of a sudden, Walter, the current owner, he won't have the money, he won't have the liquidity to pay off some of these things he's supposed to pay off. But it's funny because while the Clippers are dealing with salary cap circumvention or not, while the Lakers are dealing with this giant fiasco, so you got both basketball teams in LA that are going through all this. Coming up later, in about a half an hour, why this could all affect really the golden goose of the city right now, the Los Angeles Dodgers, of which, not going to lie, am incredibly rooting for this to happen. So we'll take a break.
I would also like to add that Chelsea Football Club.
Oh, that's right. God, I forgot about Chelsea. He owns Chelsea as well.
And he's trying to sell his shares there.
Chelsea, the Lakers, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. This could get really, really interesting. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness AP College Football poll is out. A couple of old men signing contracts, and Clippers and Lakers. Who's got it worse? We'll talk about that next.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Try Angel Soft for your tushy. It's made by angels. Soft and strong, budget friendly. The choice is simple. A roll that feels like paradise, and always at a heavenly price. Angel Soft, Angel Soft. Soft and strong, so it's simple.
Pick up a pack today.
Angel Soft. Soft and strong, simple.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHD 1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Scale of 1 to 10, Chris. How excited are you for the trailer that just dropped for that Oasis documentary? Yeah. You'll be first in line to go see it?
IMAX, front center.
Is it IMAX?
Yeah.
Are they doing it? Oh, I forgot. I got to go see the Odyssey still. Wonder if there's any tickets. Because before I left, there was like none.
There is still none.
Are there going to be any before it leaves? Like, come on, man. Hey, people, if you've already seen it once, stop. Let others see it. Share the wealth. I'll just end up watching it at home when it comes out streaming. That's lame. All right. 3 for Madness. By the way, Campea is saying Laker drama is our concern. I don't even know what that means.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun to talk. What do you mean it's our concern? What do you want me to do? You want me to break down who's going to be starting at the 3 this year? We'll do that in a couple weeks, I promise. 3 for Madness. Question 1, please.
The AP college football poll is out. And what are your first thoughts?
My first thoughts are the same thoughts I have every year. There are things in this business I don't like or that I roll my eyes at. Like I talked about yesterday with the Kings schedule. It's 41 away, 41 at home. The only things that interest me about the schedule are the little idiosyncrasies that may make things easier or worse. So we talked about how the season basically opens for the Kings as easy as it's going to get, and then January is brutal. We talked about back-to-backs. That stuff to me matters. The rest of it, whatever, dude. We're playing Portland on the road in July or in January. Who cares? Draft grades are always funny to me because they're based on what people who generally may or may not know what they're talking about think of the future of a player. And if they were good at that job, they'd odds are be a general manager, and half the general managers don't know. We've gone over trade grades for the Nuggets when they picked Nikola Jokic, or for the Clippers when they picked Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, on and on, showing examples of they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Draft grades are basically how close did teams get to picking their player where the person doing the draft grades had that player ranked. Well, the whole thing sucks if the person doing the rankings isn't good at doing the rankings, which most of them, many of them, even the best of them, screw up. So it's unreliable. In that same category, if we were making a Mount Rushmore of things we spend a lot of time talking about in this business that I don't like, our preseason college football polls. It's even worse in some aspects than the other ones because in college football, these teams are being turned over at an incredible rate. You're asking people to make rankings based on not just strength of schedule, but also returning players, but also trying to judge how good recruits are going to be stepping in. And on top of that, though the playoff system has made it better, if you've got a team that started out, let's say, I'm looking right now at this AP poll. They got Louisville at 24 and Indiana's bad, defending champs. Ole Miss at 9, all with the 0-0 records, by the way. But what's neat is as the season progresses, if you go undefeated, you still have to each week try to pass all these teams above you that are also undefeated. Well, why are they above you? Generally because that's where they were ranked in the preseason. We have no way of knowing. And how many times have we seen some team that was undefeated or had one loss, and then they get into the playoffs, thank God, and they get smoked? Because, again, we just don't know. There's a very simple way to do this, and that would be your first poll should come out no sooner than October 1st. And it should be the same readout and layout they use to base on, like they had the old BCS rankings. Let that be the poll. The problem is that you have the USA Today Coaches Poll, the AP Top 25. There's a lot of money and readership and views and clicks in this. And also, to be fair,
I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
A lot of content associated with this where we go, okay, well, Ohio State, first place, number 1 ranked team in the nation, 40 first place votes. Oregon, number 2 with 14. Others receiving first place votes, Notre Dame with 6. Their 4th overall. Defending champion Indiana, ranked number 6 with 8 first place votes, and Miami got a first place vote. Well, what am I supposed to, how am I supposed to think about that? I have no freaking clue. I have absolutely no clue. Neither do you, neither do they. And then everybody looks in the others receiving votes category and goes, well, here we go. For me, for example, in the AP poll, Florida State's not even in the, they're not even in the others receiving, one stinking vote. But then I look over at the coaches poll. Oh, well, there's Florida State. They got 13 votes. They're in the also rans. It's dumb. It's dumb. Just start playing the games. By the way, in case you're wondering, FCS coaches poll, the one that really matters. Montana State, number 1, 25 and 26 first place votes. Montana, number 2. Montana and the Dakotas really have a stranglehold on this stuff. But how about UC Davis preseason, number 6? Well, that's where it matters. And hopefully, I know our people are talking to his people, but hopefully we get Coach Plow to come in and spend more time with us this year.
I'm going to give you a little preview.
Oh, yeah?
We are going to be getting Coach Plow this year.
Wow. Are you? Is that breaking news at 7:06 on a Tuesday?
We will have Coach Plow once a week throughout the entire
That's fantastic.
college football season.
That is absolutely fantastic. We'll be taking a trip down to Shredville. And by the way, to Chris's point right there, coming up, what is the date, by the way? I think Richie's on board with me. I want to do this every year, and we don't. Let's see. First football game is what? First NFL game? Am I right? Is that the 3rd or is it the 9th? I can't remember. Whatever that Monday is. I've always said I think of this show like when we used to watch sitcoms or anything on TV where you'd have the
What's a sitcom?
A situational comedy. The way they would always be set up.
Wait, is that what it
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I had no idea that's what it means.
No chance. Come on, really? You're the TV movie guy?
No idea. I just know that it was called a sitcom.
That is funny. Okay, so Wednesday, September 9th is the first football game. I've always thought of the show, ever since I did nights, I've always thought of the show the following way. Just like TV shows, you have your season premiere, then you have your season finale. For me, the season finale is generally the end of King season, but you could argue it's also the last basketball, the last NBA Finals game is really and then summertime would be all reruns and different things. Obviously, we still do live content here, but the show gets underway. Like the new season of this program will officially start Monday, September 7th. And we're working on a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, including announcing our lineup, many of which you'll be incredibly familiar with. We've managed to keep the same core group of guests together for many, many years now. We'll add some here and there, but you'll know a lot of the names and recognize
maybe a new character?
Right, maybe a new character. We don't know.
Uncle Mike?
Uh-oh. Not, as long as it's not Uncle Dennis. Uncle Mike. No, it's Uncle Mike.
I just made up.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Because I was thinking, what was the...
Because I'm not involved in all these talks.
The Brady cousin.
Oh, Oliver?
Cousin Oliver.
Cousin Oliver.
Uncle Mike.
What was the dog? Tiger?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that Monday we'll be debuting. We'll be letting you know what our lineup is. I think we're going to switch up some of the sound of the show as well. Again, I always use this example, which kind of is bad now, but the Cosby Show dominated the 80s. Say what you want. It did. And every year they would have like a new open for the show with all the kids be when you were older.
I get it. You're doing a Boy Meets World thing.
Sure. And they take the theme song, which was always basically the same melody, but they'd switch it up a bit, add a new flavor, new sound, or whatever, but always be the same bit. That's going to be like it is with us. We'll just switch it up, be ready for you. And yeah, that's when everything starts. That's when we should start actually caring about all of that. 3 for Madness. Question 2.
Question 2.
Keenan Allen and Von Miller signed yesterday, and Aaron Donald likely will soon. Is the NFL career expectancy getting longer?
I think I need to see numbers on this. I want to say yes, but it might just be also like specific positions and specific really good players. Because here's what we're talking about. We're talking about Von Miller is going to be a Hall of Famer. Aaron Donald, Hall of Famer. Keenan Allen, ooh, that's an interesting one, actually. Is Keenan Allen going to be a Hall of Famer? And I know for a lot of you, your first instinct is probably like, no. Keenan Allen. But he's a 6-time Pro Bowler. Rookie of the Year. And then let me see stats-wise. Oh, Keenan stats probably won't do it. Let me put Allen in there. Let's take a quick look at Keenan Allen's stats. Because he's had quite the career, very quietly. He's had himself a 13-year going on 14-year career. He's had 6,000-yard seasons, and a 7th that was 992 yards. He's had 70 receiving touchdowns. I think he might end up getting in there. It's very close. But the NFL Hall of Fame is a little more forgiving. Everything's more forgiving than the Baseball Hall of Fame. And then when you think about like long tenured guy, you think, of course, about Tom Brady. You think about Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if the overall age is increasing or average career length in the NFL, but it does seem like it. But it also might just be, with really, really good players that take care of themselves. I don't know, for every Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how many Flerbert McGee's are playing 12-year seasons into their mid-30s. I honestly don't know, but I guess you can kind of look at half the Niners roster. Even guys like Kyle Juszczyk, and no offense to him, I'm just saying he's not Aaron Rodgers. He plays a position that obviously is not quarterback or one of those glamour positions. But a lot of these guys, just on the Niners alone, I mean, look at some of them. You've got Kyle Juszczyk is 35 years old. McCaffrey is 30. Debo is 30. George Kittle's 32. Trent Williams, 38. You know what I'm saying? Why am I missing? Where the hell is there we go. Mike Evans, I think I said him, 32. That's a bunch of 30 and above dudes on offense. The funny thing is the 49ers have a grand total of like 3 dudes on defense that are 30 or above. So, my point being, I do think it's extending a little bit more. And you probably have to chalk that up to a handful of things. The usual suspects, of course. Medicine, science, how these guys take care of themselves now. And that really is important, and you shouldn't blow that off. Because when you look at sports science and medicine, in the 60s, 70s, 80s even, that's one thing. And it's advanced so much. But now on top of that, most of these guys we're talking about are multi-millionaires. Which means they're going to have access to all this stuff a lot more than dude playing in the 80s that was huffing a pack of smokes a day and drinking beer all night. It was like, and to him, working out was a 12-ounce curl. They didn't do all this stuff. And by the way, they didn't have the money to do it. Now these guys, I mean, obviously the extreme is when LeBron says he spends, $1 million, $2 million a year on his body. But honestly, a lot of these guys are spending, they've got state-of-the-art gyms at their house. They have trainers on staff along with their agents and managers that come over. They have chefs that also come over and cook them up food either daily or weekly that they have that's got they've done their blood panels, which have been matched to what type of nutrients they need the most. Whereas, one guy, it's not just, hey, lean beef and whatever for everyone. It's, oh, hey, you specifically need a little bit more iron, a little less sodium, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So now they have these menus that are tailored to each individual athlete. I've talked to ex-players before.
But still, the owners don't want to pay for natural grass.
It's honestly insane with the investments they make. Speaking of owners, by the way, I've talked to ex-players who said that they remember going to the NFL. I mean, talk to Del Rogers, the former KCRA sports director who played for the Niners, which the Niners were always ranked under the DeBarro family as one of the, if not the best when it came to player relations.
What?
Yeah.
Didn't they know that you're just supposed to make money off of them?
Yeah, that's
you're
it.
Not supposed to care about them?
No, you actually care about them. Worked out. 5 titles. But you talk about now when, in addition to the chefs at home and everything else, it used to be you go in and they've got a little rinky-dink, gym, and these guys that go in and work out, and you probably have some old dude there saying, lift this, don't lift that. And then you go to the team cafeteria and it's, cheeseburgers and pizza and stuff these guys want to eat. No, man. Now all these teams have a team of nutritionists that are breaking everything down for these players, giving them readouts. All right, Billy, you're on this meal plan this week. All right, Bob, you're on this one. In the gym, you've got a team of professional top-of-the-line trainers because a wide receiver is going to have a different workout than an offensive lineman who's going to have a different workout than a cornerback who's going to have a different workout than a kicker, punter, or quarterback. The difference between lifting weights and bulking up versus stretching and range of motion exercises and all the stuff that goes into that. And by the way, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about with any of this stuff, but I know they do this, so God knows what other stuff they're doing on top of that. No wonder these guys are lasting longer. Of course they are. Their nutrition, their workout regimen, everything that goes with it. That's not what they had. Think about when Mickey Mantle or Babe Ruth or hell, Mike Schmidt or Will Clark or Jose Canseco played. Okay, Canseco's a bad example.
Also, that doesn't start right when they get into the NFL. That's starting in college because they have all this money.
Absolutely.
The colleges that do all of this.
Absolutely. They are treated, honestly, like thoroughbred horses. They are treated like top-of-the-line sports cars. And they've learned that where you, like I said, Mantle, Ruth, you go through, read some of these guys' biographies or watch some of their interviews where they're talking, well, what was, if Mickey Mantle were alive today, he said, all right, Mick, so what was the nutritional workout regimen under Casey Stengel and the New York Yankees when you and Billy and Moose Skowron and Hank Bauer and Rizzuto and you guys were all playing together, Whitey Ford. What was the nutrition and work? And he'd be like, well, I'd wake up, I'd smoke a Lucky, probably have a morning beer, get to the ballpark with a pretty decent buzz on, get out there, scratch myself, have a big T-bone steak before the game, go out there, play, win or lose. Me and the boys go to the Copa afterwards, have another T-bone steak, finish it off with 7 dirty martinis, roll in somewhere around 3 a.m., sneaking up the fire escape so Skip wouldn't catch us. That was their workout regimen. From the 916, also, I said medical and science, but this is worth kind of pulling out of that. Let's add in the advances in the medical technology for surgeries that allow many of them to recover quicker and more completely from injuries. That's absolutely right. That alone. So are these guys playing longer? Hell yeah. And the funny thing is 50 years from now, they'll be saying something similar as well. Robot Arms McGee's going into his 40th year of basketball. How does that work? Well, he's half cyborg. He's half cyborg, Bob. Question 3.
Question 3.
We've talked about both the Clippers and the Lakers today. Which team has it worse?
Look, the Lakers are always going to be the name brand of LA, and they're also the most decorated, along with the Celtics, NBA team of all time. Bill Simmons, who is a diehard, lifelong Celtics fan, I can't imagine how much it hurt him to say this. But he said the Lakers are the crown jewel of the NBA. He's probably right. But man, from this specific scenario, oh God, the Clippers have it so much better. No matter what happens, and we're going to talk about this again here in about 8 minutes. No matter what happens to the Clippers, dude, they still have Steve Ballmer. And by the way, most likely they're going to have a very motivated, angry Steve Ballmer.
And if you've been looking at the fans and even the beat writers for the Clippers, they have been 100% on board.
Oh, my God. It's actually kind of disgusting, if I'm being honest, when I read anything I've ever read in the comment section of any Pablo Torre tweet about this. All I have to do, 90% of them are like, get him, Pablo. This is great journalism. But then the 10% are like, what? Why are you doing this? Not exploring the conditions in Iran or on the boat or something that's like completely whataboutism. And I inevitably, 100% of the time, I click on their profile, and it's, of course, a Los Angeles person, obviously a Clipper fan. no matter what happens, Steve Ballmer is still insanely rich, insanely competitive, and insanely committed. Now, the Clippers, and I say this as a Kings fan, I mean, I'll take the Clippers' successes and lack of success any day over what we've had over the last, almost 20 years. Well, really 40 plus. But the Clippers have not been in the finals. They have not won any championships. I don't think they've been in a conference finals since Ballmer took over, if ever. I can't ever remember if they're that team that never made it. Either way, and they're also the ones that traded away maybe the worst deal ever, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Paul George trade. But money can do a lot of things. And what Steve Ballmer has done is he's revamped the team, the look. He has provided them perhaps the most state-of-the-art, greatest arena in the country when it comes just to fan experience, things like the wall and everything else associated with that. He's doing what a lot of newer owners tend to do because it's the things they can control. They try to disrupt on the court. It doesn't work out. They struggle. But the stuff they can control, stadium, the way it looks, everything around it, ends up looking phenomenal. Now, the Clippers are in this weird spot right now. They got Keaton Wagler in the draft. The rest of that team is not that great. They're going to be a middle-of-the-road, probably play-in team this year. But the Lakers, man. Look, the big thing they have going for them is the brand and the fact that they're the Lakers and they can bounce back. People want to play for them. They have Luka Doncic. But no more LeBron James. That circus is gone, but also that income stream is gone. And no matter how big of a LeBron hater you are, you have to admit that is a big income stream. And now you've got this ownership stuff up in the air. Your current owner, who the hell knows? He could be fine. He could be in jail in a week. Who the hell knows? You'd like to think that Kushner and Bob Iger are the right people, especially Bob Iger with his Disney connections and background. But will that even go through? Now you have the Buss family doing their version of basketball Succession. If you gave me a choice between the two franchises, of course I'm going to take the Lakers. Because I have to acknowledge how big their brand is. But if you're talking about this situation right now, who's got it worse? The Lakers by far. And I'm okay with that. We'll take a break. When we come back, speaking of all that, how this could eventually spill over to the Dodgers and why this would be satisfying for really a lot of people. We'll do that next.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Partly sunny skies today. Temperatures will be starting out in the low 60s, with afternoon highs today warmer in the mid-90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Coming up in the next segment, Chris's favorite segment of the day. More from our old friend Tyrese Halliburton. This time running his podcast mates through the process of when he was traded from Sacramento, which obviously has interest for us. Also, there's this list floating around I thought was actually kind of funny. The last player for each major league team to hit a home run in the postseason. And some of them I just would, for the Athletics, without looking it up, A's fans listening right now, do you know the last person to hit a home run for the A's in the postseason? Now, I've given you enough time to at least come up with a thought. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. The year was 2020. I'll give you another hint. He's no longer with the team. And then the final hint I'll give you is he had quite the arm in the outfield. I remember when he came up with them, and this guy, he was one of those prospects where you're like, dude, this guy could be something. 2020, the last player to hit a home run for the A's in the postseason, Ramon Laureano. Remember that name? As for the Giants, it's not much better. Last time they had somebody hit a home run in the playoffs, Giants fans, listen up. 2021. Just the very next year. The very next year, Giants fans, I'll give you a few seconds. Let's put it this way. This guy, I loved it when he played for the Giants. He he was a fun player. A little frustrating, but fun. Let me see. One syllable last name. Same first name as one of Dusty Baker's kids. And I could be wrong about this. I think I'm right. I think the Giants signed him out of the KBO, the Korean League. I think. Yet, to the best of my knowledge, not Korean. So if you guessed the last player for the Giants to hit a home run in the postseason, and that was in 2021, remember good old Darren Roof? Darren Roof. Aaron's asking if Laureano's with the Padres. Yeah, I think so. Remember didn't Laureano and Jesus Luzardo come up kind of around the same time, I thought? Man. I always love that. That is still to me the maybe one of the, if not the most enjoyable things about baseball is when prospects come up, especially when prospects do really, really well. You start thinking about the future. Like, what are Cardinals fans feeling right now after what's his face hit the 3 home runs over the weekend?
I still think they hate ownership.
Cardinal fans?
Yeah.
Well, that's like Giants fans for the most part hate their ownership. Speaking of Giants fans, I mean, this year has sucked. Basically, every year but that one random anomaly 100-plus win year has sucked lately for the Giants since they won those titles. But if there's one thing, one bright side to the season, one thing giving you hope, it's Bryce Eldridge. And for Giants fans, okay, we got a 21-year-old guy who's hitting 250, but boy, does he have power. 13 home runs. He's a rookie. And he's played exactly half a season, 81 games. 81 games. So as a 21-year-old, that extrapolates to exactly 26 home runs and 64 RBI. But again, he's a rook. He's just getting used to pitching. And again, 21 is a baby for Major League Baseball. So for me, that's the brightest part of the whole stinking season. For the Lakers, well, they're having issues. We've been talking about that a lot all day. Here's the thing. The guy trying to sell the Lakers to the Bob Iger, Josh Kushner group, he's also the same guy that owns the Dodgers. Now, maybe and maybe not, they'll impact each other, but Mark Walter has been the controlling owner of the Dodgers actually for 14 years. His group, you may have heard or be more familiar with, Guggenheim Baseball Management. They're the ones that bought the team from Frank McCourt in March of 2012. He became controlling partner alongside guys like Magic Johnson, Warriors co-owner Peter Guber, etc. They paid $2 billion for the Dodgers and Dodger Stadium. Think about that for a second. Just 14 years ago, they paid for the Dodgers and Dodger Stadium, one of the most iconic stadiums in the country. They paid the profit he made on the Lakers in less than a year. They threw in another $150 million for a 50% interest in the surrounding property, making the total purchase $2.15 billion. The appreciation has been insane, but also that is one of his, if not his most valuable asset. So if for some reason the Genie Bus family lawsuit, injunction, whatever it's going to end up being, if that all ends up holding this thing up, that may lead to him having to divest himself of the Dodgers. Now, what I'm really interested in is, okay, this guy's in a bunch of financial trouble, bunch of shady deals. How does this affect, or will it affect at all, some of that deferred money, some of those deals? I mean, you can talk about the Lakers and Clippers issues all you want. The Dodgers are basically bringing baseball to a halt through all their financial dealings. Now, you can argue, again, we've said we don't blame the Dodgers necessarily. They're, as far as we know, operating under the rules, but the rules are screwy. Well, now all of a sudden, if all this guy's books if the feds are involved and they got to open all this dude's books and look at everything and shine a microscope on everything as they're trying to build a case, oh boy. It's not just him. There's a lot of professional sports teams that don't want their books looked at. That's a great thing about America. In America, the books are the books. Now, the league might have the ability to take a look at stuff, but that's the league. Whereas I was blown away when I first started doing sports in England to find out that, their books are published every single year publicly. Every year. You see everything. Every dollar, Deutschmark, pound, and franc that comes in and out. Salary. Now, you're not going to see, for example, how much Chris Verlot in accounting is going to make a year. But you will see how much, for example, management is paid salary-wise, or as they call them, directors. How much players are paid and player wages both going in and out. How much they made in ticket sales, beverage sales, income in general. All of that is ready to go. It's got to be in by a certain date or they get fined, and it's shared publicly. Imagine that over here. Imagine a situation, I'm just going to use the Kings because they're our local team, but imagine a situation. How much would you like to take a look at the books of the Sacramento Kings every single year? Oh, wow, this is what they made on season tickets. This is their TV income, radio income. Here's what they made for luxury boxes and concessions. No owners want that type of spotlight on them, and he's about to get it. And as Chris mentioned earlier, speaking of England, he also owns a huge stake in Chelsea. Massive, massive soccer club over there. Now, don't get me wrong, man. It's not like the Dodgers are going to go bankrupt. There's a line of guys that would love nothing more than to purchase the LA Dodgers. A line of them. Odds are, even if this dude has to divest himself of all his sports teams, the Lakers will go to eventually will go to the Bob Iger Kushner group. The Dodgers, I would all but guarantee you, will be bought up by his partner group, including Magic Johnson. I think Patrick Soon-Shiong is somewhere in there as well. Number of others. Same thing with Chelsea. It's not like he's going to be sitting around desperately holding a for sale sign. But when you think about it, if you're a Dodger fan right now and you're looking at this dude having a spotlight and you look at what's been going on with the Dodgers the last couple years, whether it's the Shohei Ohtani gambling thing with his interpreter, whether it's the deferred salaries, the grandfathered TV deal that nobody else has, and the fact that they're the biggest reason baseball is going to shut down. If you think the Dodgers are still going to be operating the same way in a couple years, you are absolutely, positively mistaken. It is going to be completely different. And most likely, I think this dude's going to be out of sports here pretty soon. And by the way, at a pretty damn good profit, too. Oh, headline, Mark Walter has to sell all his teams. That's his... Mark Walter has to sell all his sports teams, and he has to pay a $2 billion fine. And that's the punishment. And it's like, okay, well, now he just sells the Dodgers, the Lakers, and Chelsea, and he pockets, like, after taxes. Let's see, hold on. What would that be? Approximately 12. He's probably selling his share in all three of those. He's probably walking away with somewhere between $20 and $25 billion, of which he'd pay $2 or $3 billion as a fine. I think he's just fine. And who knows? Maybe he can go buy some minor league club somewhere. He's just not going to be allowed to step up to the pros anytime in the future. That's for sure. They won't have him. What I would suggest, thank you, is that Mark Walter do what I did and so many of you have done and give Pest Pros a call and have them come out and eradicate all this stuff from everywhere. Maybe I don't know if that works on forensic accountants and auditors and investigators, but I know it works on cockroaches. I know it works on mice. I know it works on all kinds of creepy crawlies we've had around the house. Family owned, locally rooted, committed, to serve Northern California, Sacramento specifically. And it's not just that. Those are just words. They're great words, but they're words. No, Pest Pros supports local nonprofits, schools. You see them all over the place in youth sports, back of uniforms, hanging from scoreboards, and community events. It's just who they are. Back-to-back Sacramento favorites for Best Pest Control. 2025 winner of Best Customer Service. Huge Kings fans as well. So you know they're loyal. StepUpToThePros.com. StepUpToThePros.com. And tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. All right. Tyrese Halliburton speaking out again, this time on how he was traded from the Sacramento Kings, how all that went down. We'll take you behind the scenes next.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow! Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Joshua Baez, let's get an update on him. Since hitting those 3 home runs in his first 3 at-bats, well, he's 0-16 with 6 strikeouts.
3 for 16 with 3 home runs isn't bad, though.
Not bad at all. See, that's how you got to look at it. He might, they might have watched some tape on him. Chris Verlade's favorite king, or ex-king, Tyrese Halliburton, has been doing this podcast. Does he have another one? Because I know he's got that, what is that, Old Man and the Three? Maybe he was just a guest. I don't know. But he was asked about what it's like to be traded. Now, uncharacteristically for Tyrese, he decided to speak out on it and offer thoughts on him being traded, which I don't know that he has before.
I don't think he's ever been asked.
I don't think he's ever been asked at all. So here he is walking through his trade from the Sacramento Kings to the Indiana Pacers.
Hey, man, what is it like being traded? I want to know what that's like.
They were telling me after my rookie.
By the way, Chris, just do me a favor since I am paranoid. I've listened to this. I think it's clean, but just, you know.
Hey, man, what is it like being traded? I want to know what that's like.
They were telling me after my rookie year, they're like, hey, man, you're going to be here a while. He's looking to buying a house. So I'm like,
man.
That's hilarious. I'm
That's
good. I don't gotta worry about
crazy.
nothing. And I got a call from I was at breakfast. I was eating breakfast, and my agent called me like, the GM's being weird. I think you might be getting traded. I'm like, what? And then I'm trying to make some calls because remember Philly, they was talking about they were either like there was a big talk of Fox for Ben Simmons or me for Ben Simmons.
Right.
And when we had played Philly, Joel was like, yo. Like, what we doing, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm in my second year. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, I called my best friend George Nina, and I called him at the time. I'm like, yo, what are you hearing? He's like, let me ask. And he was like, nah, it ain't Philly. So I'm like, and then I got another call, and it was like, now it's both my agents, and I was like, who is it? And then Woj on the phone. I don't know how he got, because I don't know how he was on the phone. He was like,
hi, how are you?
Well, I think it's Indiana.
Hold on.
For who? Because I didn't.
God dang it. How did I miss that? That's my bad.
So we got Kayla, Matt.
Does that count as me?
And now Tyrese.
Oh, okay, and Tyrese. Thank you. All right. We'll let the dump button catch up here. Let me know. So Tyrese is what?
Our dump button's like way over, or the thing that reads it out.
So we don't know. We'll wait a few seconds. Just to recap, so when he says the GM is acting weird, he's talking about Monty McNair.
He said that Woj was on the phone with his agent.
That's the weirdest one, that he's on the phone with both his agents, and then all of a sudden Woj pops up on the call telling Tyrese Halliburton and his agents, here's where I think you're being traded. Oh, and by the way, being correct about it.
Why you always lying?
How does that work, man? How is it that Adrian Wojnarowski, a reporter, is more connected than both the agents for the player and the player himself? And oh, by the way, is on the phone with them at the time, letting them know. That's why I'm telling you, man, NBA reporting these days is just so strange.
I don't think he was on the call.
You don't?
No.
What do you think? What's your theory then?
I think he's mixing some stuff up.
That Tyrese is just, okay. I don't think you're incorrect. All right, let's hope the rest of this is clean here.
I didn't even know. And they were like, it's a bonus. And I was like, oh, word. Literally hung up. GM. I'm like, no way. I'm sitting on the bathroom floor. I'm so like anxious about what's going on. He's like, just wanted to call you to let you know there's been a trade. I couldn't even say nothing. I was like, okay. And he was like, I would love to stop by your house and have a conversation. I was like, nah. I was like, what could we have to talk
there's
about?
nothing to talk about.
You know?
Oh, you closed the book.
But you're also like, when you're like young in the NBA, you're so used to like high school, college. It's like 1, 2, 3 family. You know what I mean? Like everybody, like that was like the first reality of like, wow, this is what the NBA really, really looks like.
Okay. I've always struggled with this a lot more than you, Chris. I have. I've always struggled with this more than you. And I think once again, I wouldn't say I'm on an island by myself, but I think I'm on an island with like a handful of people with me. There's a part of me, a large part of me that has always appreciated that Tyrese Halliburton was so crushed and hurt and mad and sad about being traded from here. That the alternative is either he didn't feel any sort of way whatsoever, or that he was like, thank God they got me out of Sacramento. I went to Indiana, which actually has, competency in their organization. Rick Carlisle, one of the best longest-term coaches, top 3, top 2 longest-term coach in the league. We were in the finals 2 years later while Sacramento's got 22 wins and just spent a lottery pick on a point guard that they desperately needed after having 2 all-star point guards under their control that they drafted. There's a whole different way he could have gone with this, and I truly believe, maybe I'm wrong, I truly believe that Tyrese Halliburton, when he was drafted by the Kings, was like, that's where I want to be. I don't want to go anywhere else.
He wanted to be with the Warriors, remember?
Did he?
Yeah. Perfect. His perfect training camp. He was going to the Warriors. I know I'm going to the Warriors.
Well, he may have thought
Steve Kerr said, "Hey, we can't draft you at 2."
I think he probably, like many people, thought he was either going to the Warriors or somewhere top 5. But I also remember during the draft too, the hot rumor, which I think has some truth to it, was that his agents and his camp were trying to kind of direct him to Sacramento, that was where he wanted to play, which I think might have also just been a California thing as much as a Sacramento thing.
Can't be, because he loves being in the Midwest. Well, that's where he's from. That's where he grew up.
I think he wanted to be here.
Yep, that's what he said.
I think he wanted to turn things around here.
I think he wants to be the guy somewhere.
Yeah.
In Sacramento, he would be the guy.
Yeah. And after having a history, and understandably so, of people just wanting out of here because it's basketball hell, I tend to appreciate guys that are like, no, I want to be there. I love the fans. I love the city. I want to make it work. I want to help return this team to glory. That's attractive to me. I appreciate that. I want more players like that. I'd much rather have a player like that than a player that get me out of here, which is what De'Aaron Fox ended up doing. But the only reason I gave De'Aaron Fox a pass is he's the second longest tenured King in history. Like, he gave it his shot. I'm not trying to reopen that can of worms. It worked out for Halliburton, let's be honest. It did. I liked the trade when it happened because it balanced us. And here I go. I'm not, you know what? I'm not trying to relitigate that either. But I have always struggled. It's been a lot easier for you and others just to be like, dude, shut up. It happened 4 years ago. Get over it. We get it. You were hurt. Quit whining. You're fine. You signed a max deal. You were a quarter away from being an NBA freaking champion. You're in a position now where your games, when you return from injury, should be on national TV. And
that is a joke, too.
Yeah, I know. I don't think
he was in an NBA Finals. Where did that rank in Finals ratings history?
It wasn't great.
Oh.
No. Our guy Sly Dog Tristan rolls in every once in a while, like every other show. He's like, hey, when's Jason back? He pops in right now. I miss Jason. I do too, buddy, okay? You're not doing much for my confidence when you do that. Like, come on. I got heart issues. So I've always struggled. It's not an either or with Tyrese Halliburton. It's not black or white. There are some things he does and he says that really annoy the hell out of me.
That's him, though. That's been him his entire life.
He's got that wrestling thing to him. He loves
WWE.
heel turns and all that stuff.
He's got that WWE thing.
Yeah, that's not wrestling. Something completely different.
It's WWE.
Yeah, not wrestling.
No.
But I have a hard time hating on a guy who's hurt and messed up and pissed off and sad that he got traded from the Sacramento Kings. Because I want more people to feel that way. Next up, I would like people that are already stars to be like, I want to go to Sacramento because everybody says it can't be done, and I want to do it. I want to return them. When I say return them to glory, what am I talking about? Rochester? I want to bring them to glory for the first time. Everybody can team hop and ring chase and do all that. I want to create a dynasty in Sacramento. That's what I want next. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back,
I want Kings fans to be the most annoying fans in the league.
Yes. And we would be. Top of the hour. This whole Lakers fiasco, we've got audio from Pablo Torre. How does this end? We got a lot more to get to in the next couple hours. Also, right now, we'll take what number caller, Chris?
Let's go with, I was going to say caller number 0, but that doesn't make sense.
No,
let's go with caller number 5.
5 for your guy, De'Aaron Fox. 1-800-920-1140. A pair of tickets to the A's and Twins, Sutter Health Park. That is Monday the 24th. Starting out a 3-game series with the Twins. Aggies, alumni, students, and fans invited to take over the ballpark. UC Davis night includes a special ticket package with a co-branded hat. Ooh, that's cool, a Davis and A's hat. And a chance to show off your school pride while enjoying A's baseball in Sacramento. Lock in your seats if you're not lucky enough to win right now at athletics.com/tickets. All right, caller number 5, 1-800-920-1140. We're back after this.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports to keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters. the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports, 1140, your local sports leader. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Second half of the program. And we got 3 more shows. Then Jason will be back on a Monday. From the 916.
Maybe.
Tyrese is so dramatic.
He would hate that joke.
Who? Jason?
Jason.
Oh,
he did not like that when I did that for you.
Tyrese Halliburton's so dramatic. A lot of that was fabricated. I don't know. I mean, him being dramatic, that's I can't mess with that. That's an opinion. I don't know how much of that was fabricated. I'll find out. I'll play that I'll do the same thing I did for the Willie Cauley-Stein BS from last week. I'll find somebody who was there that I still talk to him. Send him that clip. Ask him how much of the Kings related stuff was accurate. I'll bet you somebody said you should buy a house. You're going to be here a while. And I could see Monty or Wes wanting to come over and talk to him. And I can also understand why he's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, we're done. What are you talking about? I can see that. From the 209, he laughs it off like he didn't tell us he was crying his eyes out. He's trying to rewrite the story. Man.
I need you to open up your ears and hear this. Nobody wants you here. They never wanted you here. That whole locker room's afraid to say it, not me. So get out.
That's like, it's so funny, man. Over the last, I've mentioned this over the last few years. This is where, me, the guy that anytime ever anyone writes or says anything about me publicly, it's always Dave's got his finger on the pulse of Kings fans. Dave's in touch with the Kings fans. Not with this stuff. There has been nothing I have been more out of touch with the majority of Kings fans than the Fox Halliburton stuff.
So you're saying Chris has the pulse of the
Kings fans? Yeah, that's what they should say. Chris Verlotta is the pulse of the Kings fans. Because when Duren got traded or when Duren left, I was like, yeah, I get it. Oh, no, he wanted out after spending his entire career here, and he didn't want to sign a max deal keeping him here for another 5 years. And, yeah, he had a front row seat to all the dysfunction, and he gave them literally half his career. He's the second highest tenured player to ever play for the Kings. And not only did he decide to leave, but he gave them advance notice instead of just opting out or letting his contract die. Said, yeah, I'm going to go, and you're going to get nothing, so you get a chance to get something for me now. And then he decided, I want to go to San Antonio, which had not made the playoffs as of yet. But he saw the future, as we all did. Goes to San Antonio, and they're in the NBA Finals last year. Really, the fact that Halliburton was in the Finals the year before, Fox was in the Finals last year, facing off against Mike Brown in the Finals for the Knicks in his first year there. You can't make this stuff up when it comes to the Kings. You can't. It's beyond Shakespeare would have been like, it's not believable.
You throw a rounded ball through a hoop of some sort?
Bleed him.
Well, then I could say that De'Aaron Fox, the guy that fought for Mike Brown to be on the team, which was against most of the wishes of the team, that we found out, and then things kind of went badly, did not fight really for that coach, and said, know what, I want out. I don't really care what you do with the coach. Kings couldn't afford him at the time because you're not going to pay a guy $250 million to hopefully make the play-in, and then he pushed to be traded to his team.
Start over. Hold on. So he fought for Mike Brown, or was on Mike Brown's side.
He was the only player that wanted Mike Brown.
Yeah, and then what? How did we get to he didn't fight for the coach?
He didn't play. He just
well, he sucked.
Yeah,
or he had some bad moments in games.
Very bad moments.
Specifically the Pistons Jaden Ivey foul. I don't think he quit on the team. I don't think anyone's accusing him of that.
I don't think he fought for the team.
I mean, we don't. That's all extrapolate. We're making our own opinions on that. We don't. He's the only one that fought for my. Well, okay. Again, that's wrong too. Not everybody was on the side of keep Mike Brown. He firmly was.
It was during that offseason.
By clinical studies, I'm how 100,000.
I got it. Go ahead.
During the offseason, when there was that long talk of just like, how have they not re-signed Mike Brown?
Yes.
This is so weird.
Yes.
Are the Kings ruining this again?
Yes. Yes.
And then it turned out there's a lot of players on that roster that did not want Mike Brown.
That is correct.
And I think this is pretty public of De'Aaron Fox said, I'm only going to play for Mike Brown on the Kings. So if you want to give me an extension, Mike Brown is going to have to be the coach.
It's public that he said that privately, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Also, going back to Mike Brown in that summer when it was Woj or Shams or somebody reported, hey, he wants an extension. The Kings want him to go into the year, on a prove it basically, or a finish your year out type of thing. That thing blew up so quickly and so hard that I know of one very specific high-ranking Kings executive that was on vacation in Europe that had to jam home, take care of it, sign it, get it signed, get it done, and then I don't know if they went back or not. That was a whole thing. Well, obviously, in retrospect, it's so funny. We don't get mad at the guys that are here that fought for Brown to be gone.
I will say it's probably more Kings fans that like De'Aaron Fox than Spurs fans that like De'Aaron Fox.
That's 100% true. But I think a large part of it, too, is not just the trading of De'Aaron Fox, though. It's the fact that he was like, I'm good, dude. And then our return for De'Aaron Fox was the mess. So asinine, so terrible. And the fact that how it went down and who controlled it going down that way was the issue. And then you go back to Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, God, finally the Sacramento Kings, after all these years of really, when you think about this is what makes it such a Shakespearean tragedy type of thing. When you think about all the years of Pete D'Alessandro and Vlade Divac and what has been proven to be the worst 8-year stretch of drafting, when you take into account the average draft position versus the average return, and you combine that with players that were not drafted after the fact, and you could even go back and start with Tyreek Evans, who was Rookie of the Year, and then fast forward to DeMarcus Cousins, who actually statistically had a borderline, he won't make it, I don't think, but a very Hall of Good career. And De'Aaron Fox in there in 2017, I think. But finally, we get a situation where we got a little bit of it with Fox, where the Phoenix Suns drafted Josh Jackson right before him. It was like, oh my God, that's usually us. But then with Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, you want to talk about, it was a combination of a steal. We had no business drafting him where he was at the position he was drafted. It was a combination of a steal and also like, how the hell did this guy drop? It was almost like a mini version of Aaron Rodgers when he, the Niners drafted Alex Smith number 1. Rodgers drops all the way down to Green Bay.
I thought you were going to say Thomas Robinson.
Thomas Robinson, what, pick number 5?
After everyone that worked him out didn't want him.
Yeah. So the Kings finally got themselves like a bone of like, oh, this is the steal of the draft. And if you redid the draft now, he's going number 1 or number 2 in that draft. Probably number 2. And then you trade him. And he's like, I didn't want to go. Screw him. And then we're all mad at him. And then Fox is like, I wanted to be here, but time and time again, I got let down. I don't like the direction we're going, and I'm leaving. And lo and behold, the next year the team won 22. And we're mad at him. And I think the problem is I don't necessarily have issues with people being mad at him or mad at Tyrese. I think where I get the big disconnect with a lot of fans is I just don't know why the bulk of the anger isn't at the organization.
No, it's not.
That's what
I said. It's not.
It's not. And it ultimately, we're spending so much time getting upset at the symptoms.
Oh, I'm saying like, I'm not just angry at them. I am also angry at the team.
No, I got you.
Okay.
But I think in general, we spend a lot more time, and it's a lot sexier to get mad at these symptoms. But when you really stop it, I mean, if you really take a deep breath, and you really think about it, okay? I'm going to say it one more time because it's Hollywood would reject it if you put it into a script. The Sacramento Kings drafted Darius Acuff with their lottery pick this year because they desperately needed a point guard, so desperately that last year they went into the season with a starting point guard that they signed to a rather large contract, who has since then been traded twice. 3 times or twice? Twice. And Dennis Schroeder.
Now that's a King for life.
Uh-huh.
I would say probably my
that's your favorite King.
Yeah.
Then the other point guard they signed just retired rather than come back to a lesser role. That's how desperate they were for a point guard. Schroeder, Westbrook, and then drafting Darius Acuff with their lottery pick after they had Fox and Halliburton both under team control and under 25 years old just a few years ago. Then they turn around and have to watch the point guard they drafted second in Halliburton be a quarter away from an NBA Finals championship, an NBA championship. Then they had to turn around. And by the way, that was 2 years later. Then they trade Fox for a top 5 worst contract in the league. You've all heard this before. And the next season, they've got to watch Fox on a team that went from didn't make the playoffs to the NBA Finals. And then on top of that, the guy who won the NBA Finals, the coach, is the guy they fired the year before.
To be fair, the Kings only had the worst contract in the league for a year. It's not the worst contract now.
Is it Embiid?
No.
Oh, it's Fox now. Stupid. You're so dumb. I also said top 5 worst contract just to protect myself a little bit. But it's not just that the Kings have let these guys go and they've gone on to do great things. It's how quickly they left Sacramento to do quick things. Oh, Mike Brown sucks. Fire him. Cool. Oh, he won an NBA title the next year. For a team that hadn't won an NBA title damn near since the Kings last won an NBA title. And forever.
A team that didn't want him.
Yeah. He was their second choice at best.
I think he's like the third or fourth.
I think you're actually right. And we're sitting here like, I mean, Mike is...
and I got to know that Jason Kidd is loving that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And he gets fired the year.
Yes. I think Mike Brown has escaped almost all the criticism, and deservedly so. from Kings fans. But man, do a lot of us look at Fox and Halliburton like we're jilted ex lovers. It's like, guys, you gotta just look around. Look at what's happened once they leave.
I would say that one of the big differences between Halliburton and Fox is I believe that basketball is Halliburton's life, and he does have this chip on his shoulder where he wants to get every single ounce to like prove everybody wrong and prove himself right. And I think Fox is really good at basketball, but he separates it from everything else.
I think you're 100% correct. And I think that goes back to this text right here where they say Fox literally said, quote, "It doesn't even matter," after committing the foul that got Mike Brown fired. That's the Jaden Ivey foul. Seemed as if Fox gave up before Brown got fired. That got so misinterpreted when he said that too. Now, look, say what you want, but the thing Fox said is it doesn't even matter, doesn't even really matter. Whatever he said, he's talking about what I say. Doesn't matter what I say. I screwed up. This is what happened. We lost the game. He's always been that guy. Doesn't want to dwell. Sometimes we want him to. It's like seeing guys shake hands after games or smile at the press conference after a loss. Like, yeah, a lot of us purists don't want that, but that's just the way the modern game works. Fox is always like that. You saw the same thing out of Fox in the finals when he was laying eggs everywhere. You're never going to get him to, woe is me, I'm terrible, I got to do this, emote. And it comes off as aloof or uncaring. I don't think that's the case. I think what he was saying is, guys, the media and all that, that's an annoyance. Doesn't matter what I say, dude. We lost the game. You're asking me these questions. It does not matter. Now, you can either take that as face value where he's saying, it doesn't matter what I say. We still lost. Or you can take that the way a lot of people have, which is like, it doesn't matter. The game didn't matter. Nobody cares. Didn't matter that we lost. Who cares? And I don't see how you make that. I really don't see how you make that leap. I don't think you can be at that level, regardless of who you are. I don't think you can be at that level of a player and not care.
Wait, I'm looking down at our rundown. How do we get here?
Yeah, this is. I think that's a great question. Well, this segment was supposed to be like, this is supposed to be Pablo Torre.
Yeah, we're supposed to be trashing the Lakers right now.
And we're trashing the Kings.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Hey, as bad as everything's going with the Kings, their ownership isn't doing crazy, insane back deal deals.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I've always said that's why it sucks. It sucks the way sports works, because you can say what you want about our ownership, wins, losses, this. I totally get it. I totally get it. But as I've always said, I have never worried about our ownership wanting to win. Okay. And I think, and I completely understand why we as a fan base, we're very judicious about what we choose to care and not care about, notice and not notice. I'll give you a very, very good example. Just us as fans, as Kings fans. Now, you have every reason to be frustrated at the team and at ownership and at everything. Of course we do. But one of the most common refrains, and A's fans, I'm talking to you, that bad teams have to deal with is they say, we just don't spend. We just don't spend. And the reality of the situation is that's never been I know it sounds like I'm criticizing ownership here, but I'm really kind of trying not to. Like, not only are we fairly consistently bad, but we pay a lot of money to be bad. So it's not the caring or the want. It's the execution. Now, the Kings, as of right now, are 16th in payroll going into next year at 202, basically 203 million, 202,946. That is a massive, massive drop. Don't get me wrong. They are 21 million off the top spot. That's one contract. And by the way, up until that DeRozan move, they were number 2 in the league. Just that DeRozan move alone dropped them enough to go from number 2 to number 16. Now, if we were in the 20s consistently, how many of us would be sitting here saying, yeah, we suck because our ownership refuses to spend money? That's not the problem. And oh, by the way, when it comes to spending money, the Pistons have spent the least amount of money in the league next year. $136 million, and they were the 1 seed in the East. The Cavs are 25th. The Jazz are 23rd. They're going to be a lot better next year. So my point is, we pick and choose what we don't ever go. We don't compliment ownership for spending a bunch of money, because the bottom line is the wins have to come with it. So say what you want about our ownership group, and I've said plenty. I don't doubt that they want to win. I don't worry about them spending the money necessary to win. I don't doubt a lot of their off-court stuff, or even really in the arena. I mean, we got the arena, we got everything around it, we got all kinds of stuff. Even the whole athletics thing, which I didn't like from day one. At least I can go, well, they're trying to bring Major League Baseball to Sacramento. I can put on purple glasses and do it. But then you have these other ownership groups out there. I was like, ugh. You want Matt Ishbia on Phoenix? Oh, the funny thing is, Joe Lacob is incredibly unpopular right now with Warriors fans. Dude.
Again.
Huh?
Again.
Right. Let me tell you something. If Vivek Ranadive over the next 10 years in his ownership group won, not even 4, which is how many Lacob did, 2 NBA championships. And then in year 11, we were the worst team in baseball, and he decided to change the team name to the Sacramento Laker Juniors and make the official colors purple and gold. And the official song, the only music that was allowed to be played at the arena was the Smiths and Morrissey, and he removed popcorn. I'd give him a pass for all of it. Like, how freaking fickle do you have to be, Warriors fans? I'm not defending Joe Lacob. I'm saying you guys were so horrible for so long that we used to have talks about how much we could identify with each other's fan bases. You win 4 championships with 3 Hall of Famers on there. Well, 4 with Durant. You're the darling of the NBA for over a decade straight. You did all that 30 minutes after you bought the team from Chris Cohen. Yeah, Jerry West. Yes, I get it. I understand. I agree with you. And Joe Lacob might be an absolute grundle. But, man, how quickly we turn. That's the curse of expectations. I would walk through 500 yards of crap-smelling filth like Andy Dufresne just to have 1 year of what the Warriors did for my Sacramento Kings. From the 916, you guys never would have gone so far off the rundown if Jason was still with us. 44-1140. Oh, that's not the text line. Sorry. 916-339-1140 is the text line. 1-800-920-1140 is the phone number. Dave, first you stood in front of Fox and Hallie, now you're standing in front of ownership. Well, if that's how you... that is definitely how Reddit would take what I just said. That is a Reddit comment right there. If that's what you're looking at. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll hear from Pablo Torre and this whole Lakers thing next.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Are you looking for an easy win on game night? The Sacramento River Cats Family Fun Pack bundles everything you need for a fun night at the ballpark. It's perfect for families or friends and makes planning so simple. Lock in your family fun pack today at rivercats.com.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 17, Jerry Rice's farewell.
Jerry Rice's final home game as a San Francisco 49er was a memorable 17-0 victory over the Chicago Bears on December 17th of 2000 at Candlestick Park. Despite rumors of his impending release, Rice caught 7 catches for 76 yards and was carried off the field by teammates in an emotional farewell. Rice would go on to play 4 more productive seasons, but just counting his years in San Francisco, his stats would have him with the most yards receiving and most receiving touchdowns in NFL history. Also on this emotional and memory-filled day, Terrell Owens set an NFL and franchise record for receptions in a game, hauling in 20 catches for 283 yards and a touchdown.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back. Sorry, it was a doctor's appointment call. Forgive me. Big doctor's appointment today. Hello, everybody. Let's get back to these texts. I'm 63 years old. I remember telling Chris, I said, today's open's going to be interesting because I was talking about all this medical stuff.
And I might have said a joke.
You might have said a joke that I said, that's going to be funny later. From the 650. These are interesting. See, I'm actually glad to have this conversation. If you just joined us, we're talking about Halliburton's quote and the Kings and a lot of old stuff, but it's summer. It's fine. From the 650, I think it's interesting to argue ownership clearly wants to win. There's a difference between wanting to win and being willing to do whatever it takes to win. We need that from the top down. Here's another one from the 209, the person who said I was standing in front of Fox and Alley, now I'm standing in front of ownership. They said, you were literally telling us how ownership is always willing to spend money and how they're trying to win, but you're not standing in front of ownership. Let's take both those quotes and put them together, because this is the nuance that always frustrates me in these conversations, because you're listening to me, but I don't know if you're hearing me, or I'll take the blame. Maybe I'm not doing a good enough job getting it across. This guy says you're standing in front of ownership, literally telling us how ownership is always willing to spend money and how they're trying to win.
It is an objective fact that the Kings spend a lot of money.
Thank you.
That's not an opinion.
I am flabbergasted sometimes at how we are so quick as a society to machine gun these opinions. And what I hate about sports media specifically, and I'm sure this isn't political media, news, I do not like it when hosts, personalities, whatever the hell you want to talk about, whoever you are, I hate it when personalities on radio put forth an opinion. So, well, hell, you know what? Let's do what I don't want to do here. Let's make this political, but not really. But whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, pick the politician you can't stand the most. If you're a Trump hater or a Swalwell hater or a Jesse Waters hater or a Barack Obama hater, whatever, doesn't matter. Pick pick in your mind. What bothers me is when I see the media members and they are anti this political person or this political party. They're anti. They are clearly on the side of the opposite, which means that there is no circumstance, no circumstance where they can compliment that person. There's no circumstance in which they can bring themselves to say, you know what? I generally strongly disagree with this person. I don't want them anywhere near a political office, but I'll say this bill or this speech or this whatever, I'm actually with them on. This is a good thing. We need more of this. Why does it have to be black and white? This isn't about the rest of the media, because I think the media here, I love them all. I do, for the most part. I'm talking about me. On any list of media in this town that has called out this franchise from ownership on down for their mistakes, if you're being objective, I have to be on it. I've had people say I'm too hard on them or too negative. Go back and read some of these websites from 3 years ago, post-Beam Team. Dave's a doomer. Hell, last year, before the season started, you may remember, because I said it on the show last July. We said they're not making the playoffs. I shouldn't say we. I don't want to bring Jason into this. I said they're not making the playoffs. This is going to be a bad year. This is before Levine and Keegan and Sabonis got hurt. This is going to be a bad year. They're not going to be good. I don't want to tune in for this. Well, way to be a doomer in August. Well, how about you let them play the games first? It's like, bro, it's my job to analyze. This team's going to suck. I didn't have any of those people come back after 22 wins and go, hey, man, wow, you know what? I appreciate the honesty. That never happens. So what really grinds my gears is, it is, as Chris said, it is a fact that this ownership group has spent money. And I've spent enough time. That's one of the cool things about being in media and where people should take their jobs seriously is that we have access to people, and in exchange, when we can, we should share that access with our platforms. I know most of this ownership group. A lot. I know a couple of them really well, and I've met and spoken to quite a few of them. Not to mention watched what they do. Do you really think Vivek Ranadive doesn't want to win? I'm asking you guys. And is this me standing in front of ownership? Do you really think they don't want to win? Do you really think they're spending $200 million that they were second in payroll, 8th last year? Because they're just like, man, we don't want to win. Of course they want to win. It's okay to not be happy with ownership or to think that this franchise is not being run correctly on the floor, but be honest. They want to win. Desperately want to win. I could spend 4 hours criticizing ownership for the Sacramento Kings, half of which stuff I've never even said before publicly, stuff that I really can't stand. But I'm not going to tell you Vivek Ranadive and ownership doesn't want to win. I'm not going to say that when the guy flies up from Atherton or whatever every single game, and unlike other owners, guys locked in from day one, from minute 1 to minute 48. He's at his little courtside seats, regardless of who's around him. He's watching the damn game. He's not on his phone. He's not getting up early and going to halftime to eat crab and steak. He's not leaving with 2 minutes left. He's watching the whole damn thing. I respect that. Now, there's a difference between them wanting to win, which any sane person should look at the actions and go, yeah, of course they want to win. There's a difference between that. That doesn't mean they know how to. It doesn't mean they're run properly or functionally or in the way it should be run, at least in the past. I'm leaving the Scott Perry era open because it's still going. It's still new. But the way the Monty McNair era ended, the way the Vlade era was, Pete D'Alessandro, those were abject, unmitigated failures. I can say that too. Now am I being anti-ownership? Now am I being the voice of reason? Am I being the one shining voice above all that's calling out ownership and what a brave hero he? No, I'm just telling you the truth. And two things can be true. So when you say you're standing in front of ownership, sure, for that. From the 916, did you get your season talking points from ownership yesterday? Yes. They said make sure in the 8 o'clock hour to talk about how the three previous general managers and the way the team was run on the floor was an abject failure. Yes, I got that. I got it by fax.
Unfortunately, I got Dave's talking points, and that's why I was trashing Halliburton and Fox.
See, there you go. But the thing that sucks is ultimately our job as media members, I think, is to entertain and inform. Inform being the most important one. I'm not going to be handcuffed by a narrative, dude. It's not going to, unless it's Ben Simmons. I'm not going to be handcuffed by a narrative. I will criticize.
That was crazy to hear Halliburton say, "Oh yeah, there's talk of me or Fox going for
I
Ben
know.
Simmons."
God, I'm so glad that didn't happen. Because I'd be sitting here still getting blamed.
I would have liked a reaction to that. I was just like, "Oh my god."
God, could you imagine if Halliburton got traded for Ben? I don't think I'd be working anymore. I would have been run out of town on a rail. Anyways, back to the original point, which is we want to in order to cure the disease, you have to diagnose it properly. I don't have a problem with what the ownership has or hasn't spent. In fact, the only time I can think of them making a financial decision I didn't agree with was a pretty big one, and that was their unwillingness to give Pascal Siakam a max deal, which I think taints the Sabonis-Halliburton trade quite a bit because Indiana did, Sacramento did not. Other than that, they spend the money. In fact, they spend it, well, badly. In a lot of cases. It's okay It is absolutely okay to think this team has not been run well from a basketball standpoint over the last, XYZ years. But you're also allowed to say the things, well, this doesn't need fixing and that doesn't need fixing, but this stuff does. Anyway, we still got to get to this Lakers Pablo Torre audio as well. We'll get to what's hot, what's not, and we'll go streaking next, and then we'll get to, as I wrote, apparently not Steve Ballmer, Balimer, Balimer, and Kawhi Leonard, along with that Pablo Torre audio.
Because you're a Balimer.
Hey, I'm a Balimer. We also, in the 9 a.m. hour, by the way, got more A's tickets to give away against Minnesota. This game on the 25th of August, and so much more right here on Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year. Guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built Americans' financial foundation on the principle of sound, stable money, a principle later embodied by the gold standard. However, we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have since seen inflation erode the dollar's value. This is Stephen K. Bannon. What is the foundation of your savings? Birch Gold Group has been helping Americans solidify their savings with gold for the past 15 years. They help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, let Birch Gold help build your foundation with gold. To learn more, get your free info kit from Birch Gold by texting SECURE to 989898. That's SECURE to 989898. Take a stand for your financial future. Text SECURE to 989898 right now to receive your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group.
Message and data rates may apply.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $9,500 off MSRP on one of the most capable Jeeps on the road, the new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys. It's hard not to make good memories with this Jeep and all you can explore.
Ooh, those Willys are pretty cool. But what about something to move the family around with back-to-school season upon us?
We got you covered there, too. Right now, you can lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer for 36 months for only $759 per month, with only $54.95 due at signing. If you need something to help get the family moving, this is the Jeep to do it in style and luxury.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 total net savings on new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys after dealer discount factory incentives. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade, $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. Offer subject to residency verification. Due at this net savings. VIN number 296919, 296918. Grand Wagoneer lease on approved credit. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. Sample VIN 183978. MSRP 66,790. Excludes tax, title, and license fee. See dealer for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Said his name a lot lately.
Oh.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
PCA.
Yesterday in the Cubs, 7-5 win over the White Sox. He was on base 5 times, got 4 hits, 3 extra base hits, a stolen base, lead-off home run, and a walk-off home run. He is the first Major League Baseball player with a lead-off home run on the first pitch and a walk-off home run on the last pitch.
Ricky never did that? That's crazy. I mean, I believe you. That's kind of crazy. Ricky never did that. Hey, here's what it sounded like.
See a few pitches first. Crow Armstrong, it's a high fly ball, deep right. Going back, Montgomery, he looks up. Cubs walk it off. Pete Crow Armstrong ends the game the way he started it, with a home run to right. And the Cubs beat the White Sox 7-5 in 10. Crow Armstrong joins the 30-30 club.
You know why Ricky probably never did it?
Why?
He only has 2 walk-off home runs in his career.
That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually one of the, I would say that is one of the most impressive, well, impressive's not the word, amazing Ricky Henderson stats. Just because he had power and he also had a feel for the moment. And
he did love the opening home run.
Absolutely. I mean, he holds the record by how much? And by the way, let's see here. Yeah, dude, he hit 300 home runs. You'd think a couple more would have been a walk-off. Interesting. All right, well, who is not?
The Washington Nationals. Over the weekend, they got swept by the Mets. And here's a really weird stat. They have had 39.4% of their losses come in a game where they had a lead of 2 runs or more.
Yike.
The only Major League Baseball teams in the modern era to finish the season with as high of a percentage are
the Giants.
No.
And the A's.
No.
Who?
The 1998 Mariners.
Oh.
And the 1901 Orioles.
Oh, wow. God, I remember that team. I think Jason had season tickets. Because he's old. He's not here to defend himself either. Wow. All right, let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
All right.
Well, this is rare because all of us aren't starting at 0 for probably the first time in 3 weeks.
Very, very, very weird.
Well, we'll start with me. I had a 1-game hitting streak with Kevin McGonigal. I picked Otto Lopez of the Marlins. He went 2 for 4 against the Phillies yesterday.
Well, I wonder what Kevin McGonigal did.
Fly ball, deep right field, way back and right, gone! Oh, did Kevin McGonigal need that? He got a pitch over the middle of the plate, and he did not miss the cutter. 2-run shot. 13th home run of the year and a 4-0 lead for the Tigers.
But you couldn't take him.
I could not take him.
All right.
Dave, you're also on a one-game hitting streak with Bolte, and you picked Hunter Goodman.
I did.
And yesterday he...
Oh, I can tell by there's only two possible outcomes here. He either did not get a hit or did not play. I know what didn't happen is he got a hit because the look on your face.
He did not play.
He did not play.
He's been out a few games.
Yeah,
with shoulder injury.
He was day-to-day. Excuse me. I should probably pick somebody else.
And the leader, Jason Ross, with two-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Started with Ellie De La Cruz, Bobby Witt Jr. He picked from Dave's team, Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman went 3 for 5. His streak continues.
I wonder what Ellie De La Cruz did, though.
Ground ball by the third baseman. Stevenson, here he comes. They're going to wave him. Here's the throw, not nearly in time, and the Reds will walk off the Cardinals. A base hit by Ellie De La Cruz, and the Reds will win it here in 10. 6-5 is the score.
Wow, really good day for your guys' abscess. I'm going to do something today because I feel bad for the kid. I want to give him a little bit of love. Why don't you give me the kid who's in the middle of an 0 for 16 slump from the St. Louis Cardinals? Give me Joshua Baez. Give me Joshy B.
All right, I'm going to take from the Phillies, Luis Arias, and we'll have to wait for Jason's pick.
I wish I could roll my R's like that. We should just pick Jason's guy for him.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I would have picked Joshua Baez for that. You took him already.
Let's see. Hold on. Well, he's going to send in a pick.
If he doesn't, let's give him.
All right. Well, let's give him somebody good. Hold on. Who's leading in our end? Has he taken Yordan Alvarez?
He has not.
No. Okay. What about that? Did you have another idea?
No, I like it.
Otto, Chandler Simpson, Nick Gonzalez. There's your top 5. I think it'd be hilarious if Luis Arias won the batting title. He's 7 points back at Alvarez, but also we're not really. Are we spending enough time on the fact? What? See, this is where for me, baseball has just lost the plot, dude. We're coming into the end of August, and by the way. Yordan Alvarez is 1 home run and 4 RBI off the Triple Crown. I don't know why I'm asking this question. I'm having a brain freeze right now. It's still a Triple Crown if you just lead your league, right? You don't have to lead the majors.
Yes.
Or you do? How do I not know that?
No, I think you just need your league, I think.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, let me see here. Well, then, if that's the case, Alvarez has the Triple Crown right now. If you only have to lead the AL, he's number 1 in batting average.
So they separated in a league Triple Crown and a major league Triple Crown.
Okay, has anyone done one but not the the only people, Miggy Cabrera did it. I think he was the last one to do it. And then what was it, Yaz? Teddy Williams? I don't remember them being separated. Well, either way, if you get credit for a Triple Crown, Houston being an AL team, he's currently leading the American League in all 3 categories. Let me just double check here. Yeah. If it's just for the AL, he's got a 12-point lead over Chandler Simpson in batting average. He's got a 1 home run lead over Junior Caminero. He's got a 6 RBI lead over Dylan Dingler. This is whereas it's really sad that as a sports talk show host that has done this job for a long, long time, I'm just going to be fully honest with you, dude.
Oh, so Cabrera's year, he led Major League Baseball in home runs, RBIs, but he was second in batting average to a National League catcher.
But still got credit for the Triple Crown then.
Yeah, you got a league Triple Crown.
Okay.
And that catcher was?
Hold on a second. He was behind the catcher in what category?
Batting average. 2012.
Okay, so 2000. Was that Buster Posey?
It was Buster Posey.
Interesting. Today's the first day in my life I've heard of Dylan Dingler, who is second in the league in RBI. Interesting. Why are we not talking about Jordan? Why is there not more talk about Jordan Alvarez winning a Triple Crown? This would have been like when Russ Westbrook and James Harden were averaging a triple-double or whatever. Anytime a baseball player is even close, like you would have cut-ins on his at-bats and stuff. Like, what are we, is that where we are now with baseball? Just, oh, he's getting a Triple Crown. Baseball's falling off, dude. Just falling off. 1-800-912. That's such bad timing, dude. 1-800-920-1140. We'll take the fourth caller right now. Now, when I say baseball's falling off, I mean everybody, of course, but the Athletics. They're still awesome, and they're playing the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, and Whitey gave us this tidbit. Ryan Kreidler plays for the Twins.
Hey, Ryan Kreidler, son of Mark, former Tiger. Coming back home, I'm sure he'll have I got to see them at a Kings game last season. All the family Kreidler, they are a wonderful, wonderful group of people. No surprise there. August 25th, that's next Tuesday. First pitch at 6:40. A's fans, 3-game series against Minnesota. Join them and celebrate Taiwanese culture and community in West Sac. Taiwanese Heritage Night features a special ticket package with an exclusive Taiwanese Heritage T-shirt and a festive night at the ballpark. Lock in your seats today at athletics.com/tickets. I want this. I want to celebrate Taiwanese Heritage Night. Give me some of that. What is it? Tom Ga soup, the coconut chicken, lemony. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. I love Thai food as long as it doesn't kill me. We'll take a break. Spicy. When we come back, Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard, the Lakers, and Pablo Torre breaking everything down. We'll do that next.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Spot. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow. Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on 3rd line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Toyota's national sales event is on now. Summer isn't over yet, and neither is your chance to explore California in a Toyota. Get 3.99% APR plus $500 finance cash on 2026 Tacoma SR5. Or get 2.99% APR on 2026 Tundra. Time's running out to take advantage of Toyota's national sales event before summer ends. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Cashback offer excludes Tundra TRD Pro. Ends 8/31/26.
Carmichael Dave here. So proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yep. Get busy, baby. Welcome back, final hour. Jason will be back with us next Monday. And really, honestly, that's when we're getting close. We're almost through the dog days, man. We got next week, which will be the last full week of August. But that'll just be fun because Jason's back, and then you got the first week of September, and that means for the most part, college football will. I know my kid's got a game, like she's on the football team. But I know USC's playing San Jose State. I think they're calling it Saturday, August 29th. So that's a week from this Saturday.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
We were FaceTiming last night, and she was incredibly upset because she's there a week early. All the band kids have to be there a week early. And then school starts Monday. So it's boot camp for the band. And they're all out at the Coliseum practicing. And she put sunscreen on, but yet when she got into her, out of her band uniform and into regular clothes, she's like, look at this. And she's got, little white circles from her glasses. Even the part in her hair, the part was sunburned. And she gets really bad sunburn. She was just free. But her thing is skin. She's obsessed with not getting skin cancer, which I guess is a good thing. But she's always putting on sunscreen and shade and all that. And she was very upset to the point where finally, like after 20 minutes of her bitching about it, I was just like, dude, what are you going to do? Like, can we move on and talk about other things? Because it's not going to undo the sunburn, Holmes. Like, it's done.
My heart is broken.
Yeah, seriously.
You think I care about a sunburn?
She does not know about any of that, by the way. And I know she doesn't listen to the show, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay, so no one that knows her tell her.
Yeah, nobody that knows her tell her my heart issues. That's Saturday. A week from this Saturday, San Jose State at number 14 USC. So we get a little bit of college football there. Then that Thursday, a couple of games, including number 21 Utah, number 25 Missouri. And then that weekend in September, the schedule opens in earnest, if you will, including number 7 Miami at Stanford, and on and on and on. Monday Night Football, number 19 SMU at Tallahassee versus unranked Florida State University. And then football the following. What is it? Is it opening Wednesday? Opening Tuesday? I know it's weird this year because of that Australia game. Is it? I think it is opening Wednesday. Is it not? Yeah, Patriots Seahawks Wednesday. Niners Rams from Australia. Thursday. Boy, are Friday and Saturday gonna? Well, Saturday won't. Saturday won't stink because you're gonna have full day of college football. I also think, I think golf is done by then with their playoffs. But, man, we're almost there. Golly. Not to mention, of course, English League football. Bum, 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 bum. None of you care. Pablo Torre has been on this Steve Ballmer Clippers thing all along. And with the revelation.
Close to a year, I think?
Yeah, I think so. And with the revelation that Ballmer and his attorneys have been negotiating behind the scenes, and this came out yesterday afternoon, but really kind of echoes what we talked about in Crosstalk a little bit with Matt and Kayla yesterday. Here's Pablo on where things are at. And by that, I mean, let me unmute this. And here's Pablo on where things are at.
So I'm going to read the headline of the ESPN story that's made waves today, and then I'm going to get to what's interesting about it. The headline, sources, NBA has no evidence. Ballmer funneled money to Leonard via sponsors. And that's a big deal, right? The NBA has been investigating this with their outside counsel, Wachtell Lipton, for 11 months. We've done 14 parts of our own series in which we have gotten human sources as well as documentation, like a whistleblower complaint filed in 2023. At all of these levels, right? Aspiration, Daktronics, the Clippers, the NBA apparently, according to ESPN, is focusing instead on failure to supervise, meaning their employees, officials at the Clippers beneath Steve Ballmer, who perhaps committed salary cap circumvention, but really what they're guilty of is failure to supervise them, even though the Clippers got dinged, I would imagine. This is part of the calculation. Punished, dinged in 2015 for cap circumvention, investigated 2019. Again, in 2021, all this stuff begins with aspiration. And Daktronics, incidentally. So, anyhow, I bring that up because I want to introduce another line from this article that people I don't think are making enough of a deal about. And it's this, quote, in recent days, both sides have been negotiating a resolution to the investigation, end quote. And I say this just because this is typically not how investigations work, whether in the criminal justice system or in journalism, right? The subject of the investigation does not get to negotiate with the group that is doing the investigating what the outcome is and what really happened here. But in this case, Steve Ballmer, the richest owner in American sports, has been negotiating a resolution to the investigation behind the scenes, according now to ESPN. And the NBA now has their own statement. They say, quote, ESPN's article regarding the LA Clippers investigation, for which the NBA declined to cooperate, contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded, end quote. Also worth pointing out is that the Clippers provided a statement in which they said it's very normal to make introductions between players and team partners. This is ordinary practice. The MBPA is in support of this. All of that is very normal, nothing to see here. But what we're seeing actually is that a backstage negotiation is spilling out into the public, and maybe the public should know a bit more.
Okay, so let's break down a little bit about what Pablo said. First off, towards the end there, the Clippers are 100% right. And what he quoted out of their statement. It's not only a thing, it's hell encouraged, and he's right, by the Players Association. You're absolutely allowed to introduce your players to potential endorsers. You have the way everything works is you have the team, okay? And again, I'm always just going to use the Kings just because they're local and you all know them, but read nothing into this, but let's just look at the Kings. They have their baseline of their media partners. So that would be NBC Sports California, and that would be Sactown Sports. So there's your partners. Then you have your advertising partners. Okay, those are your broadcast partners. And then you have your revenue, your big revenue partners, if you will, and that would be Ann Fong. Jack in the Box or Carl's Jr., whatever. Okay. You have, and Pest Pros, right? Some of them are massive, massive corporations. Okay. Some of them are locally owned and operated businesses, mom and pops, if you will, that have a little bit of, they have some extra money in their budget and they really want to partner up with the Kings. You know what? Let's go with Pest Pros. Let's go with Pest Pros since they're a friend of ours and as well, part of the morning show. So where everything kind of gets put together. So if Darius Acuff, new member of the Sacramento Kings, right? There's somebody with every team or multiple people with every team, whether it's your revenue officer or people in sales. And they will then turn around. They've got emails and phone numbers to the representatives of every single player on the team, every single one. So, and I'm probably not going to be exactly right. Every team is different, and I have no knowledge of the inner workings of the Kings, for example, when it comes to this stuff, but it's going to be close. Chris Verlaud, who works in partner relations for the Kings, looks in the little directory and sees Darius Acuff's business manager's name is John Smith, and here's his email. So he emails jsmith@dariusacuff.org. Hey, have an interesting opportunity. I know Darius just bought a house here, and, pest control is a thing everybody needs. Pest control, they're huge sponsors of partners of ours, and would love to meet and find out, what Darius is looking for a partnership. You know what? Let me switch off of Pest Pros and Darius. I can do better than that. How about Pizza Guys and Malik Monk? Somebody introduced, odds are, Malik Monk's management to Pizza Guys management, and they struck a deal. And Malik Monk gets X, Y, and Z, appearance fee, talent fee, endorsement, whatever it is. Not really uncommon to what we get here at the station, but not in the ballpark. They come to a deal, and then Malik Monk goes out and says, hey, I'm a pizza guy. You a pizza guy? I'm a pizza guy. And there's the business. This happens on every team, multiple players. It is a long-standing act of the business. It is not shady. It is not under the table. It is not. This is a normal part of the business. Now, this is where it gets questionable. In Kawhi Leonard's case, according to Pablo Torre and the findings, he had sort of an endorsement appearance deal with this aspiration company, of which Steve Ballmer was eventually, or at the time, unclear, a partner in. And this was a rather large multi-million-dollar partnership in which Kawhi Leonard allegedly did nothing for, did not make any appearances, none of that. And he got paid, or should I say Uncle Dennis got paid, or the corporation that Uncle Dennis set up got paid, however it was. Now, that's how you would circumvent the salary cap and launder the money. So, like, let me give you an example now. And again, disclaimer, I'm just using names you're familiar with. None of this happened. Everyone's good. But I'm going to go back to Malik Monk and Pizza Guys. Everything there is perfectly valid and normal. Now, what if, let's say, Pizza Guys decided that they wanted to be partners with the Kings and they wanted to do enough advertising that would be the equivalent over the year of $5 million. It would cost them $5 million for the equivalent of advertising and mentions and luxury box rental, whatever the Kings have to give in that deal. It's a $5 million deal between Pizza Guys and the Kings. But Pizza Guys never, and Pizza Guys pays the $5 million, but then it turns around and goes right to Malik Monk. And now Malik Monk's a pizza guy. Well, now that's a little bit of a gray area. In fact, that's a bit of a gray area, but how do you prove it? Now, again, that's not what
actually with this one, it'd be crazy. It would be along the lines of they agree to that $5 million, but gave Malik $7 million, and they're like, we don't have $2 million.
Right. But you're effectively, and again, Malik, Pizza Guys, Kings, all on the up and up. I'm just using
that's how you're supposed to do it.
They're doing it exactly like most how you are supposed to do it. But that's where the gray area comes. So, for example, let's say it's not Steve Ballmer. This is where it gets really goofy for the NBA. It's not cut and dry because they have to prove this. We think of Steve Ballmer. We think of Vivek Ranadive when we talk about ownership. Okay, there's members of Kings ownership you've never heard of. along with most every team. Very rarely, Ballmer actually might have complete control. I don't know. Almost every NBA team, hell, almost every American professional team has a majority controlling owner / governor. That's who you know. That's the face of ownership. And then you have your minority owners that are basically just holding on to a percentage. They're glorified season ticket holders, and they get to sell their percentage of the team, usually at a massive upgrade when the time comes.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, this does kind of sound familiar. Ballmer owns 99% stake alongside minor partners Dennis J. Wong, whose name sounds familiar because he was also giving money to Aspirations.
Okay. Also, I think Ernest Paul Wong's uncle.
Yes.
So yes, unconfirmed. So let's say, for example, and Chris kind of brought that up there, let's say that the Clippers have a minority owner. We'll just call him Jim Smith because I don't want to use, I want to avoid real names as much as possible, unless it's here locally. And Jim Smith owns Aspiration. Okay, well, all right. So maybe Jim Smith decides to sign Kawhi Leonard to a deal with Aspiration. And now where they really screwed themselves in this investigation is Kawhi never made any appearances, allegedly. Kawhi never did any work, allegedly. But if Kawhi Leonard had shown up for an hour and dropped 4 seeds into 4 holes in the dirt and smiled and took a picture and signed a banner and, did a quick, I'm just happy to be here and the environment's great. And then he got into his big black luxury van and was whisked away. And they paid him $30 million. Where's the guideline there? I mentioned it earlier. Remember the movie Brewster's Millions with the late Richard Pryor? He had to spend $30 million in 30 days. And if he did, he'd get $300 million. If he had even a penny left over after 30 days, he got nothing. That was the whole point. And he wasn't allowed to, donate all $30 million to charity. He had to stay within guidelines. But one of the plot holes was he hired this dude who was taking photographs as his personal photographer for $10,000 a day. And my thing was, well, why couldn't he do it for $250,000 a day? Why couldn't he do it for $4 million a day? That's kind of where we're at, as I understand it, in the NBA. I've never heard otherwise. Well, what's the limit? I know that there's rules on, we mentioned this, for example, earlier, if LeBron James wanted to use Jeannie Buss's private plane, this stuff has to be documented and disclosed. Otherwise, it is a season salary cap circumvention. But it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Star players get to use team transportation. Every year it happens. So that's a gray area. So where the NBA is kind of in a corner, and Steve Ballmer has them in a corner, is Steve's like, look, dude, I got as good a lawyers as you do. And if you decide to take me down for all this and make me look like I'm dishonest, you make me look like I'm cheating, and you make me stand out because this stupid podcaster found it, cool. Well, then we're going. Here's the thing. This doesn't happen in a court of law. This is arbitration that they go to when it's between the league and the owners. Remember, the owners own the league. Adam Silver works for the owners. This is all kinds of conflict going on. And when there's something like this, it would go to arbitration, third-party arbitration. Anytime you've ever signed anything, if you read the fine print, it says, if there's you agree to go to a third-party arbitration, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's where they would go. And guess what would happen in a third-party arbitration? Steve Ballmer would sit there and say, okay, you're accusing us of doing this. We'd like to take a look at all 29 sets of books with every team in the NBA. We're going to set a forensic accountant up on every single penny that went into it. We want also the returns of every single player, their income, where it came from. We're going to connect the dots. And how long do you think it's going to take us? I'll bet you the very first team we look at to find something, that is full of impropriety. You're not going to send me down and make me the scapegoat for something every single team, well, maybe not every single team, but a lot of teams do. It is a don't ask, don't tell situation. This has been going on forever. We talked about it at length yesterday. Everything from you having a team in a state that doesn't pay state income tax, yet the NBA, I know I'm being nerdy, by the way, guys. I know I'm getting a little, just stay with me here. This is real stuff. Florida, Nevada, Texas, your contract is worth millions of dollars in your pocket more if you play in one of those states. Dallas, San Antonio, Miami, soon to be Las Vegas, than if you play in California. Yet the NBA doesn't allow adjustments, which would be incredibly simple. If I'm trying to sign Christopher Ladd to a 5-year, $100 million contract in Miami, okay, cool. But in California, I'm allowed to, within the cap, I'm allowed to sign him to a 5-year, whatever it would be, $112 million contract. So the money works out. This is real money for these guys. And if you're on the fence, I want to go to Sacramento, but I also want to go to Dallas. Man, I don't know. Okay, well, let's present a situation. Let's say you are a player. You listening right now, you're a player. You're a free agent. You got a 4-year, $80 million offer on the table from the Sacramento Kings, and you have a 4-year, $80 million offer from the Dallas Mavericks. Equal offers on the table. And let's say Sacramento, you actually like the town more. You like the weather more. You like the proximity. You have family in the Bay Area, maybe family in L.A. Tahoe's right there. Everything about Sacramento makes more sense to you. Not that Dallas is terrible. You prefer Sacramento. But your agent comes to you and says, hey, man, listen. A couple of things that you really need to know. Okay. Number one, here's what your take home is for that 4-year, $80 million deal. You're going to make, after everything, taxes, agent fees, state taxes, everything else over the life of this contract, you're going to put in your bank account about $35 million. Okay. Out of the 80, you're going to put in about $40 million. In Dallas, because there's no state tax, you're actually going to put in around 45 of that 80. 45 to 50. That's $10 million right there. By the way, something else you need to know. The Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, DMA, the TV market, if you will, is around 20th between, depending on what you're looking at, 20th and 23rd in the entire country. Dallas, Fort Worth is 4th. They're number 4. They're a massive market only behind New York, LA, Chicago. Nike is looking to sign you now that your Reebok deal is up. Nike will give you, because a lot of times shoe deals match contract deals, Nike's going to give you a 4-year, $40 million contract in Dallas, but they'll give you a 4-year, $10 million contract in Sacramento. Now, hold on a second. That's $30 million. On top of the difference tax-wise, you're not talking about a difference outside of the NBA and their salary cap rules. You're talking about a difference over 4 years of somewhere in the neighborhood of $10+ million a year. And that's just a 4-year, $80 million deal. That's around middle to high middle. That's not your max deals. Where's the gray area there? Where are the rules there? Why are shoe companies allowed to do that? Why is there not some sort of relief for non-state tax exempt franchises? So this is a whole bigger thing than people think. Trust me right now, I think Steve Ballmer would have happily paid a $10 million fine under the table if it all got swept there. The problem is Pablo Torre and his podcast. It's not going away, and everybody wants resolution, which is why you're never, ever, ever going to see the NBA say Steve Ballmer had anything to do with it unless they literally, Pablo Torre had video of Steve Ballmer handing Kawhi Leonard a briefcase of cash and audio of him saying, hey, Kawhi, just take this. Don't worry about going to aspiration, dude. We've got it. Short of that, they're not blaming Ballmer.
I would say the newest one that Pablo Torre has been talking about with Daktronics is way more egregious than the aspirations deal.
Why, you don't think scoreboards need public-facing endorsers?
that they've never had before.
Ever in the history of it. Hey, Kawhi Leonard here. If you're looking for a massive arena scoreboard at your house, try out Daktronics.
And they never announce his partnership.
It will not be Steve Ballmer. It will be unnamed members of the revenue staff that were guilty of lack of awareness and foresight. The franchise will be fined something,
These people will magically resign.
If we
and
ever
get jobs someplace else.
Maybe a computer company in Seattle. I don't know.
Maybe at a scoreboard company in South Dakota.
We will probably never know the names of these people. And I'm telling you right now, if we do ever find out the names of any of these people, rest assured I'd love to see their bank account statements over the next 12 months because they will not have to work again. It is so easy imagine Steve Ballmer. Imagine you work in sales for the Clippers, and then we're going to break here. Chris, actually, I'm going to ask you this real question. In a world that would never exist in which you work for Steve Ballmer and the Clippers in sales, you're aware of all this investigation stuff, and a young executive comes to you and would like a meeting and says, hey, look, you work in this department. This is how it's all going to come down. Here's the deal. We are willing to, if you are willing to sign this paper, basically admitting that, you should have paid more attention. Your name will be released, but there will be no charges. You're not going to jail. There's no criminality here. You just can't work for us anymore. But we are going to give you a generous severance package of $30 million. Would you do it?
Make it 31.
You know what? Why don't we just make it 32? But you have to sign this NDA. You can't talk about it publicly ever. You have to deny all questions. You cannot write a biography. We will sue you for every penny back. But
what am I supposed to be talking about?
And if you think Steve Ballmer would blink, I know I arbitrarily put $30 million out there. He could probably do it for $1 million, if not. But you think Steve Ballmer would blink at that? That's couch cushion money. That's a rounding error for Steve Ballmer. That's how it's going to. And they might lose some garbage future 9th round draft pick or something in 2,700. That's how this whole thing is going to end, with a poof, not a boom. We'll take a break. When we come back, final half hour of the program. What's on deck? What we missed, if anything, today. And then we'll get to crosstalk and celebrity birthdays all right after this.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, I'm Congressman Kevin Kiley. The most important part of my job is helping the people I represent. That's why I was so honored to receive the National Award for Best Constituent Service. Here's just one of the thousands of people our office has helped.
My name's Dave. I'm a former United States Marine, Vietnam veteran. Because of the fire at the National Archive, my father, along with many other veterans, military records were destroyed. Through the efforts of the Congressman's office, I received very quickly a bronze medallion to affix to my father's grave marker. Thank you, Congressman Kevin Kiley.
As the only independent in the House of Representatives, I always put constituent service first and never ask if someone's a Democrat, Republican, or something else. If you can't get an answer from a federal agency, or if you feel you've been treated unfairly, we are here to help. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. Visit kiley.house.gov and I'll do everything I can to help you. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing.
Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today, we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Noah.
My first car was a 2001 Dodge Neon with a blue wing, and it happened to match my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife, her black 2005. So my uncle has been in the industry for well over 25 years. He recommended Rock Auto immediately to buy my first set of brakes. I would recommend Rock Auto just because it's simple, it's easy to find the parts you're looking for, it's all at a good price.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
We're talking about it in the chat. It's funny. I was thinking about it during the break. Makes you wonder, what would David Stern be doing right now with all this? I mean, Adam Silver gets flack, and he deserves some of it. But also, man, this is a tough situation. I know to us, it's on the outside, it's probably a lot easier than it seems. But when you got lawyers and billionaires and
I will give it to Stern. Stern, when he was commissioner, ran the league.
Yeah.
There's some people that would push and prod, but it was his final decision. It feels like the owners have way more control with Silver.
Well, we've seen this through the years. Like, the NBA never had the same setup baseball did. You know, remember, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, the whole point of commissioner was independent of the owners, that he could step up and protect the owners from themselves, and he represented the game. Now we have Bud Selig and Rob Manfred, who are extensions of ownership, or in Selig's case, ownership, as the commissioner. The last commissioners.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if there was a commissioner in baseball right now during this possible lockout to say, like, no, we are coming together, and I am going to make the decision that's best for everybody.
Yeah, we're not going to lose another season. We're not going to go back to recovering, and we're not going to go back to juicing up half the league so we can get people interested again. I'm taking over. Oh, my God. I just had a thought. Is Roger Goodell the best commissioner in American sports right now? Who are you putting ahead of him? Bettman?
No.
Garber?
Definitely not.
Okay. Silver?
I'm not going to say that Goodell is the best commissioner in all of American sports. I will say he's the least worst commissioner.
And weren't we just talking like, it seems like 20 minutes ago, but it was really 20 months ago? I'm old enough to remember when we were having a conversation about actual paperwork being leaked from a court case in which the NFL was trying to decide how they would award concussion injury settlements. And they were trying to argue that for black players, the baseline was lower than for white players. I'm not making, look it up. Every time I bring this up, I always get a text. It's like, it's not true. Look it up.
That is 100% true.
Look up NFL court case, concussion, black players. Just Google those words. And then read. Yeah, I do wonder what Stern would do right now. And I mean, look, to Silver's credit, God, the poor bastard came into the league and 5 minutes later he had Donald Sterling. And when you look back on it, you've got a white commissioner coming in dealing with a white owner that was doing openly racist stuff in a league that is predominantly black. And you know what he did? At the time, it made a lot of sense. It worked. He brought in Kevin Johnson. And Kevin Johnson arbitrated the whole thing and presented his findings and dealt with it. And they got him to sell to Steve Ballmer. Donald Sterling, that is. That was not an easy road to walk, especially, 10 seconds after you become commissioner.
Well, didn't he not want to? What was the deal with them giving the team to his wife?
Sterling?
Yeah. Because I want to say or was it, did he?
I thought he wanted to divest himself and be like, okay, I won't be the owner anymore. Whether it was his wife or a family member or something, I can't remember.
Got to go back and watch Clipped.
But it was a bad situation. And you had audio tapes of him being super racist.
What's scary now is if that whole thing pops off today and say that or let's even go back then, if there aren't audio clips, it's just he said, she said, and former players and people around, they're saying like, yeah, but there's nothing saying like him actually saying it.
Do you think the NBA is making a statement being like, we have not found any wrongdoing? Yeah, those audio tapes. Whoever Sterling's assistant / girlfriend, whatever, I forget what her name was, she got him. Is he still with us? By the way, Donald Sterling, I thought he was like 107 years old when he looked 107. He's still with us, dude. Donald Sterling is 92. 92 years old. What is he? I don't know why I'm looking this up. I wonder if it says what he's doing right now. Let's see.
Ooh, not well.
He's not? Prostate cancer in 2014, early stages of Alzheimer's. Deemed mentally unfit to continue to lead the financial affairs of the Sterling Family Trust.
I think that's what it was. Oh, okay. I remember there being a big deal about that now that makes sense.
Wait a minute. Al Bundy played him in. Yeah. Why didn't I remember that? In the 2024 FX miniseries Clipped?
He looked exactly like him, but he sounded like Al Bundy.
No freaking way. Hold on. Ed O'Neill, who, if you didn't know, is also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Ed O'Neill, Donald Sterling.
Also in the movie Dutch.
Yes, he was in the movie Dutch. Wasn't he Dutch? Not the nationality. God, he really, wow. Yeah, looked like him. That is true. I got to watch that. It's on FX? Okay. Yeah, it ain't easy, man.
And FX is going to have Clip 2 with Ballmer and Kawhi in this.
Clipped 2. Hey, this just in. Wow, here's a name a lot of you won't know. Bill Rasmussen. You're not going to know who. Odds are you don't know who he is when I say it. But if I told you he is easily, without a doubt, first ballot Hall of Fame, one of the most influential people in the history of sports, you'd probably want to know who he is. He passed away today at 93 years old. He was the founder of ESPN back in 1979 when it launched. The first 24-hour television network died in Florida at his home due to complications from Parkinson's disease. Wow. So you'll hear, much like I always say, when people pass, you get to celebrate their lives. And my goodness, say what you want about ESPN, but there is absolutely no doubt ESPN has changed the face, sound, look, and everything else of sports. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Speaking of sports, Crosstalk with Matt and Kayla and celebrity birthdays all right after this.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Is that a new bump on your dog's neck? Or is that bump just a part of his neck? Could be a bug bite or something way worse.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Wait, there's another bump right by the first bump.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Whoa, what's all this? These screens, the food?
All for the game, bro.
Dude, let us pitch in.
No need. I've got it all covered. With T-Mobile, I'm saving $1,000 bundling my wireless and internet.
No way. Really?
Yep, and the price of my plan won't change for 5 years.
Wow, I'm definitely switching to T-Mobile.
Goal!
Here to score big with T-Mobile. Families save up to $1,000 a year when they bundle fast, easy to set up, all-in 5G home internet with 4 phone lines on Experience Beyond. And your plan price? Guaranteed for 5 years. Stay connected con tu gente and catch every match with T-Mobile. Join now at T-Mobile.com. Price guarantee on talk, text, and 5G data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits may take up to 2 bill cycles and will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans.
Are you looking for a night out that actually delivers? Grab your friends and head to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. We've got cold drinks, great vibes, and live baseball all in one place. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Seems as though casual players are always trying to balance the desire to hit the golf ball farther with shooting lower scores. Whether you hit a 270-yard drive or miss a 12-inch putt, they both count a stroke on your scorecard. Some of us will never hit the ball 270 yards, and trying normally leaves us well short and well right of the target. Seems as though improving our putting might be an easier way to shoot better scores. Putting is about confidence. It's about feeling the greens, seeing the line, visualizing the ball going in the hole, and making a confident stroke. Harvey Penick says, never, repeat, never allow yourself to think about what's riding on the putt, whether it's a major championship or just a 50-cent wager. Hit the putt as you've hit 10,000 putts in the past. Concentrate on imitating your final practice stroke, not on what will happen if you either miss it or make it. A positive mind will cure a lot of ills. Think about it. Really, think about it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. There we go. Not Jason Ross. How long does he have to be gone before we change the...
Okay, Dave, you have no talk. You have
voice.
no reason.
I have no talk. I have no talk.
You no talk.
You
no
have,
talk I have.
What's the word I'm looking for?
You have no room to speak.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you. My computer?
You got me riled
Where?
up before this segment, so I
Where?
lost my words.
I think, the wind riles you up there, Kayla.
No, it doesn't, Dave.
It does. You come in here every day riled up about something.
No,
You've
I
always got a
don't.
problem. Well, then you're...
Okay.
To be fair, I started off.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna
Matt, if you weren't riled up, and I know you were, because I know exactly. Yeah.
No, he was.
Right.
Well, you were really riled up
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
When your kitty peed on you?
Yes. That was a great start to the day.
And just because I'm transparent doesn't mean that.
No, you're just always riled
that
up
makes
about
me a bad
something.
person.
I didn't say. Now we're gaslighting. Who said you were a bad person?
Well, you're painting it like
No,
I'm
I
riling
said
up
you're
is a
always
bad
riled
thing.
up about something. We have a nice, calm show for 3 hours and 50 minutes. You roll in here. You got some problem with something. Somebody said something to you. You took it the wrong way. Somebody insulted you. I didn't.
No one
address,
insulted me.
I didn't address you first. I didn't say that.
Well,
you don't want the. What was it the other day? The kiss ass. The golf thing.
Well, you're just being rude.
I'm not being rude. I invited you to golf. That's
no,
rude.
now you're just being. No, I'm just saying this whole thing.
Oh
is
no,
being
I'm
rude.
rude.
You're being rude.
I just have time today, Kayla.
Well, I don't.
Well, you're on my show right now.
Okay,
You don't have to
great.
be.
You don't have to come
This
attacking
is.
me.
I'm not
from
attacking
the
you.
jump.
I'm just saying this is an opt-in segment. You do not have to participate. I can
Okay.
cross talk with him.
Cool.
You're not playing tomorrow.
I'm not.
And is that because of your show?
Yes, listen, I missed the Monday of the week I was out sick. I was out for golfing. So that was already that. And then I left Kayla alone for an entire week. 'cause I
No,
was
that makes
dying.
sense.
So I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't 2 weeks later go, hey, I'm going to miss the show again on Wednesday to play a full 18. Have fun. Good luck.
When would you have to leave? An hour and a half early?
I would probably, if
The tee's off at 1, our group did.
Yeah, I would
It's
do
a media golf league, and they're doing that early.
Yeah, well, and
Must be nice.
let me say this, because this is what you always do when you're about to crap on, and I'm not crapping on this guy. Like, the guy who runs it does an amazing job.
Yeah, he's
100%.
He's also a phenomenal golfer.
Oh, that's right. You and I played with
Yes,
it.
he's stupid good.
But the way it is actually kind of cool how they set it up. So this week is the finale. Instead of 9 holes, which we started around 5 o'clock, it's 18.
Mm-hmm.
So that's double the time.
Right.
It's a full 18. But on top of that, since it's the finals, he's going in reverse order of standing. So it's just like the PGA.
Oh.
So like
So the early groups, you suck?
Yeah, exactly. So you and I were in the third.
That's not bad.
That's what I'm saying. He said the top 2 foursomes, or should I say the last 2 foursomes of the day, they're the only ones that have any shot at winning it.
Yeah.
And then we
just missed the cut.
We're in the first foursome of the people that have no chance of winning it.
So we made it to Sunday, but we're there for practice for next year.
We made the cut, but we're 18 shots behind the leaders.
Yeah, but
we made the
vibing.
cut. But we made the cut.
We're playing on Sunday.
But now I'm playing with. So Jim is out because he's got the rib injury, like a legit one. So our boss.
I haven't heard about this.
Oh, he has a broken rib. No, what? You're laughing?
Why?
I don't know.
What did he do?
But he was. I don't know. But he was playing with, or maybe it's not broken. I'm probably violating his HIPAA thingies, but detached or
separated,
dislocated. One of them.
What did he do?
I don't know.
Didn't you do that, Dave?
Yes, from playing golf. The ultimate old man thing, the first oldest old man thing I ever did
was hurt yourself swinging.
Literally got a what'd they call it? A something fracture, a
displaced fracture, hairline fracture. That's all I know.
It's something fracture of one of my ribs swinging golf, a golf club. I don't know if that's how he did it. Bottom line is he's on the injured list.
Yep.
So he's out. You're out. Jason's
J-Ross
gone.
So you're the lone Sactown
I'm
Sports.
literally playing
Is
with
Marsh playing?
I think Marsh is not playing.
So
I think that's it.
You're representing all of Sactown Sports.
And I'm actually questionable.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'll find out today if I can play tomorrow, but I'm a little questionable. So
Okay.
yeah, no, I understand why you're not playing. It just sucks. Also,
Next year's our year.
are you going to go to the dinner?
Probably. We paid for it.
Did you see that all food? Well, I should let everything out of the bag. But we're taken care of as players. But if you want to bring a guest, you got to pay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's not taken care of. We paid for that as our initial dues. To get into the league, we paid half of it was for dinner.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that went to like all the prizes and stuff.
Well, that too.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We had a quote from I don't know if you guys got to the audio from Pablo Torre on the bomber thing. Kind of like what we talked about yesterday. I think my guess is somebody in sales is going to get paid handsomely to take the fall.
Yep.
And what I'm really enjoying is that Steve Ballmer and the Clippers are going through all this crap, and they have the least drama of the three major LA teams.
This question could derail the segment really quick, so really short answer, but what is the biggest thing you'd take the fall for, and how much money would it have to be? It's kind of similar to like the icebreaker. Would you go to prison?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not doing prison time.
I agree. That's where I tap out.
What if it's just like 6 months?
What?
What if it's just like
if it's like 6 months in one of them country club, like only white collar people go to type of thing?
Not one of those.
No, dude.
That's called summer camp.
Not happening, man. I would not. I would not. I've been to jail before.
Huh?
Oh, I've been in jail.
Hell yeah.
For 17 hours. I would not make it in prison. You too?
No.
Oh, I thought that was a you too high five. I wouldn't do anything that involved like murdering or sex, none of that. But if it was like, no, I'm just saying. But if it was something where it was like I asked Chris earlier, if they offered you $30 million for them to be able to say Chris Verlade did the thing, he was like, make it 31. I would do that. I would take the fall for the Clippers thing if I was financially set for the rest of my life. And anyone who says no is lying, or they have money somewhere.
Yeah.
Celebrity birthdays.
This date, what year did the movie Snakes on a Plane come out?
Classic movie.
2004?
2008.
Guess Kayla's out. David's close. Nope, you're tied. 2006.
Oh.
And let's go with Fat Lever.
The GOAT.
The source of one of the funniest things I've ever heard on this station. Fat Lever is 67.
He is 69.
Dave's closer, 66.
Thank you. What's coming up?
Well, we are looking forward to joint practice today, and it turns out Christian McCaffrey's soreness is real.
What? Hold on. I thought it was a holding.
Or his tightness. No, it's
was
real tightness.
I was told it was a holding.
It's not fake tightness. It's real tightness. Real tight.
All right. This is the show everybody's talking about, 10 to 2, right here. Matt and Kayla, right here on your number one sports station in the whole city and maybe even the world, Sactown Sports. Bye-bye.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all All your favorite personalities all in one